All right.
Herpag on the civil aids.
All right, you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Sounds a little
I can definitely hear you.
Damn. Maybe I just like to hear sound of my voice a little more than I should.
Oh,
We know.
Now you're good.
All right.
All right. Welcome to Dao Days. So today, it's a very, very special Dao Days.
Super special.
Very special, right?
Extra special.
I agree.
We have a very special guest today. I'd like to welcome Chris. Say what's up, Chris. How's it going?
What's going on, guys? Hey.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Right.
Right?
The diversity hire.
Yes,
Yeah.
the diversity hire. It's about time you had some ethnic diversity on this podcast.
No, right? We never have white people on here. Yasmin barely counts.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah. Straight white male is kind of is
They're
what
an
we never
endangered
have.
species in this world. They really are.
we used to be 99% of America. Now we're like 96.7%. We are going down.
And that's always my point of reference too. They're like straight white males are ruling this country, and I'm like, it's weird because I've never had a straight white male on the podcast. So I don't know. No, thank you for being here, man. It's I know it was a long time coming.
Yes.
We talked about it since the time that we were just pretty much on audio.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I don't know. I always felt weird about the audio only in that, like, by that time it was already changing. So even like, you know, the bigger names like Joe Rogan and Stavi, they're already transitioning. Like, nobody talks about straight audio podcasts anymore. And if you are, chances are it's something very, very specific.
Oh, yeah.
Very niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I think I remember you had said something on one of the podcasts, like one of the very early ones, like, oh yeah, anyone who wants to come on, just like hit me up, and I like hit you straight up. I'm like, dude, I want to come on, and that was like 6 years ago, I think.
I was going to say, it only
So
took
that was
6 years.
a while ago.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, it went through. We went through a lot of changes.
Oh, yes.
Throughout the years for sure. I think the only consistent change has been. I think Yasmin is like the only
I'm
one.
the only constant. I really am the only constant from the beginning until now. Yeah.
Even Andy didn't come on till like I think
Yeah.
what 3-4 years after like we started recording.
What was the first one?
It was called Bum Nights.
There we
Yes.
Yeah.
R.I.p. Bum Nights.
R.I.P.
Gone
Bum
but
Nights.
never forgotten.
go. Right.
I know. I think last
'Cause
time
that
I
dude still hates your guts, is he?
right. Fair enough. No, I think last time I always feel guilty if you ditch a page. Like, let's say you get into, I don't know, you want to sell fucking metal detectors, and then you start a page dedicated to metal detectors. You start adding all your friends.
Yeah.
And then you ditch the page because you don't sell metal detectors anymore. And then I always feel I've had maybe one or two of those just for like different projects. And then I feel guilty because it's still there. So
Yeah.
I'll go back and I'll be like, who's still following this thing? And I'm like, oh, damn it. I haven't posted like in 3 fucking years. Like,
Yeah.
You know what is annoying as fuck though? When people like, they even told me this when I was like in aesthetic school. They were like, oh, just take your personal Instagram because you already have a lot of followers and turn that into a business Instagram. And I'm like, oh hell no. I followed people where they'll take their personal Instagram and then all of a sudden it's like a fucking influencer page for their dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the? I'm like, who the fuck is? I'll be scrolling. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like,
Yep.
why do I follow them? And then I click on the profile and it's like, oh, this is that person. They changed their profile. And I'm like, how fucking dare you? I would have followed a separate page for you,
Thank
but now I'm
you.
just gonna fucking
Yep.
unfollow you.
And
How
now
dare
you're
you try and
blocked.
trick me? Exactly. That shit's so annoying.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think I did the opposite. Yeah, I'm doing the opposite right now. So I
Yeah.
deleted my Instagram, and so I stopped putting it off, and I want to create a new one. I don't know. I'm too lazy to add everyone, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever-
I feel that.
Have you guys ever had to delete something and then start it over, and then just like fuck, I gotta add like.
I kind of just abandoned. Like my old Instagrams are still up. I just don't use them anymore. But I never deleted them.
You do have like wait.
I have like 5.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
I know one was like the heavy metal hooker or something
Yeah,
like that.
I
Yeah.
had like a horror one, and then I had like a makeup one.
Yeah.
And I don't use either of those anymore. I
That's
got locked
funny.
out of one.
Which one
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
locked
really?
out of?
My makeup one. I
Why?
think somebody hacked it because I tried to reset the password, and it was like, we sent an email to, and it was like an email that's
random.
not mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck is running my account now?
Right.
But they haven't posted anything. Like, I didn't see like a Bitcoin post. So
Or anything like that. Or add me.
whoever has my account, give it back to me.
Or
You
young
want-
sexy sluts online. Click link in the bio.
Yes.
My computer has a virus right now. Like, damn it.
Like, son of a bitch.
No, but speaking of profiles, Chris, so Andy's been bugging me for like the last like I would say about year or so,
Yeah.
to get you on the podcast. But one of the biggest reasons we haven't had you on top of just like switching over from audio to visual is that we have 4 cameras. So one of these cameras is brand new. So for a long time we just 3 people strictly, and then now we had the fourth one, so now we have you on here.
Yeah.
So you've been making TikTok videos like not nonstop, but I would say pretty consistently, right? Like, and then my bad, to give people a point of reference, not specifically, but the large majority has been cosplay, correct?
Yes, yeah,
Gotcha.
that's the majority of my content. I've been on TikTok for like 3 years now, and
was that before or after China took over?
That's a good question. I don't follow that, but I was pretty consistent with putting content up like the first 2 years, and then I don't know, like halfway through last year, I just around September, I was like, you know what, I don't feel like filming this week. I'll do it next week. Yeah. And then I kept doing that until it was like, holy shit, it's April. I haven't posted anything in like 6 months. So then I posted a few videos a few weeks ago, or May or March, whatever. I posted a few videos a few weeks ago, and then I haven't filmed in like a month again. So I'm like, oh shit, I need to film something again too. Yeah. But I still have. Yeah.
Is it okay? So why TikTok over like Instagram? Like because I mean, you were cosplaying on Instagram too, right? I kind of remember that.
Actually, no. So the reason why I started on TikTok, it wasn't my intention. Yeah. It was just sort of like I would go on Instagram, I'd go on Facebook, I'd do things here and there, this and that. I wasn't one of the people that got into TikTok during the lockdown or anything. I think it was a little bit after they were starting to loosen up on some of the lockdown regulations and stuff. My wife was constantly sending me TikTok videos. And whenever I would like click on the link, because she'd text it to me, it would open up in my web browser on my phone. And preamble to that story, like 4 years before that, a friend of mine had told me about TikTok and was like, oh, I think you'd like it. So I downloaded it, I made a profile, I used it for a day, and I'm like, fuck this, and I deleted it. And then so fast forward, when my wife is sending me those videos, I'm like, you know what, I might as well just re-download this app anyway, so I'm not just constantly opening my web browser. So I re-downloaded the app, I got into the old account that I had, and then, you know, your algorithm tailors to you, so like I started following like nerdy things, and then I ended up following like Marvel cosplayers and Star Wars cosplayers, and then a few of them started like influencing me, like, you know what, I want to do this, like I want to do this content.
Okay, so by that time, did you already have like any of the costumes?
So kind of. Okay. Kind of, sort of. So like,
but they were mostly for like kinky stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was they were more for Pornhub than YouTube. No,
I started seeing you in a slave layout.
Yeah, so right. Oh, with my dad gut and everything. Yeah, that'd be perfect. So I had like a Jedi cosplay that I had bought a few years before, but I didn't like that one in particular. And so they have a tunic that they sell at Disneyland. And around the time when I wanted to do the videos, my sister had went to Disneyland, and I was like, hey, since you're there, can you buy one of these tunics for me? So then I did that, and then I have another outfit that was since my character that I cosplay, it's an original character, he's a Jedi character, but I'm like, I'm going to have him survive the Jedi Purge, so I have a post-Order 66 outfit too. And honestly, how that outfit literally started was at Hot Topic one day, they had...
Good old Hot Topic.
Good old Hot Topic. So
I stand by it. I still shop there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We can tell.
You know.
So at Hot Topic, they had, around the time when the Han Solo movie was coming out, they had a Hot Topic version of his jacket there, and I randomly went in and I just bought it on a whim. Yeah. And not intending for it to be cosplay or anything. Yeah. And then so I was trying to come up with an idea for a post-Order 66 like outfit for my character. So I'm like, okay, well, I have this jacket. I'll just throw this jacket on, but what am I going to wear? And I took an old Halloween costume that I did one year of me as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Yeah. So literally just the green shirt and the brown pants, and I just threw the jacket over that, and I'm like, fuck it, this is my my outfit. It worked.
And look at you now.
Yeah. So when you say it's an original character, what do you mean by that? Like,
it's not a character that's actually like in the Star Wars movies or the stories. It's just a character that I came up with.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Did you ever like write anything down? Is it?
I've written some stuff, but not too much. Like I used to be big in writing like when I was younger, but I kind of fell out of it as I got older.
Gotcha. Now, was this like, I don't know, because I feel like if I rode a Jedi, I'd be like, I'm about the Jedi Order, but I also still like to like get laid. So,
hey, you know what?
How did I know?
Literally.
How did I know that was good?
So I don't know if anyone else knows this, but I'm gonna put this on the record for the Dao Dazed podcast. Attachments are forbidden, but there is nothing in the Jedi Code about not having sex.
So you can fuck anyone you want.
So,
but as soon as
like,
as you catch feelings, that's when you're done.
No, it's like you can fucking hit it and quit it, but when you're like, I love you, no, that's crossing the line.
I never knew I was a Jedi.
Yeah.
No, because I don't know, like for sure. I mean, of course, the Jedi has to survive Order 66. Okay, so how did the? And then for those of you who are not Star Wars fans, I mean, like I feel bad now because it almost feels like if you know nothing about Star Wars, you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now? So Order 66 essentially, Jedis existed. Order 66 killed them off.
Yeah.
Right. The bad guys won.
Yeah.
Order 66 killed the large majority of the Jedi. So how did your character survive that order?
Dumb luck. So a lot of the audios I do are just more humorous and stuff like that, because like when I first started doing the videos, I tried to take my character a little more seriously, and I'm like, I don't know if this is really working, so I just started doing more funny content. But so like I just kind of picture my characters like just like a goofball that just sort of gets lucky. So in my mind, it's like, oh, I'm getting ready to leave on a mission or something like that. Oh shit, what the fuck's going on here? I'm bouncing. Good thing I was by the ship anyway. Yeah. So
okay.
Oh, I was expecting like a tauntaun and a lot of lube.
Like he's running late because he's like fucking a tauntaun.
Right.
And it's like, oh
no, it's like the meme. It's like the meme from fucking Community or whatever, where Don Glover walks into the room and everything's just on fucking fire. Like, hey guys, I'm back from my last mission. Oh shit.
Yeah. So I want to pause real quick to appreciate this. So Yasmin, like, you don't come up with a whole lot of good ideas, but
where are you going with this?
10 minutes ago, like Yasmin, like I had my beers ready, and they were just like, kind of, it's a little
finally
warm.
Women gets recognition on the podcast.
Well, that was a compliment. Okay,
Keep
anyways,
going, continue. Yeah.
No, and then she looks over my beers and she's like, you know what? It's a little warm in here. You should probably get like a bowl for your beers so they can stay cold. And I did, and look how cute this looks. Look at this.
He has to show it off.
It's real fancy.
Look at that.
Yeah,
look
you
at
go.
that.
And guess what he has when he's not using a
perfect.
coaster?
Of course not.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
his desk, so I don't give a shit.
course,
who
of
ruins
course.
it,
No, I just moved over for my second beer, but I keep looking over. I'm like, oh my god, like that looks so cute.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yasmin's not so bad. It's that was like the
I try sometimes.
Maybe
Every
women
once
do
in a while.
deserve to
You know
have
what?
rights.
You know what? Me and her have the same shoes on, so she's
Right.
all right
We
in my
do.
book. Yeah,
We do.
That Caucasian connection.
Our white people
Right.
are minds.
the Vans slip-on checkered ones. Right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the slip-on checkered ones.
Bitch,
Gotta
you're
do
wearing
it.
Vans
They're
too.
classic.
Don't act so superior.
I didn't say
but
it
he's
like that. I actually had a pair of those, and the biggest reason why I wanted them is because in the Slipknot music video, Lest We Forget, Corey Taylor was wearing them, so I was like, those are sick. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
those.
I love that.
No,
for you.
not Corey Taylor.
I was like, Corey Taylor's still alive.
Oh,
oh yeah,
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah. No, Joey was the drummer. That's the guy that died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been like 2 or 3 members
Yeah,
from Slipknot that I think
the bass player
passed.
Pig?
Yeah.
There's
Big
been a
diver.
lot of people in and out of Slipknot over the years.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That
I
too.
think I was in it for a few years.
I wish. That would be so cool.
You know the band I went to go see just on Thursday, and they still got it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I went to go see the Offspring, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Dude.
Like, literally, maybe, and I didn't realize it till I saw them, and I was like, I know almost every song.
Yeah.
And then just kind of going through my playlist, like they're like top 5 favorite bands for sure. But yeah, no, they still got it. They have so the Dexter, the main singer, actually owns a hot sauce. I actually have it out there. I don't know if
What
you
the
guys saw
fuck?
that.
Is
That's
that the hot
random.
sauce next to the burgers?
Yeah, the Gringo
Oh, okay.
Bandito. Yeah, it's a really good hot sauce. The red one's like whatever, but the green one's literally probably the best bottled green hot sauce I've ever
Wait,
had.
Gringo Bandito, that's the one where it's the white dude, but he's dressed like the
Yeah,
Tapatio guy?
yeah, that's Dexter
Oh,
Holland.
I didn't
That's
know
the-
that.
Yeah, he owns the company.
My sister bought that hot sauce like 10 years ago randomly, and that's just the one thing I remembered of it. I didn't know that was his hot sauce. That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, like I said, the red one's like whatever, but the green one, solid. But no,
Yeah.
seeing them, like they still have it. They're not like jaded or anything. I feel like bands after they start getting kind of a little older, especially them, they're like, at least 30 years. Like they've been around since like the first album.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have like Noodle, the guitarist. Like they talk a lot during their concert. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
No,
what was the
cool.
what was the crowd like? A lot of like Gen Xers,
A
like millennials.
a lot of millennials. A lot of them.
Any boomers?
No. A lot of them were like pretty much like it's the same crowd you see when you go to like a brewery. It's like the same crowd you see there. So like even when we got to the show, like we it was at a casino, so like we couldn't find the venue, and then we just started following all the guys in the flannels. Like
That's what I was just about to say.
That's the way
guys
to do
with
it,
gauges and flannels.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, like old fucking gauges or whatever, flannel, like fucking beards, fucking receding hairlines. I was like, follow these guys.
Follow those guys.
I am one of these men.
Right. Take us home.
Right.
No, but yeah, the show was fucking amazing. I know they have like 2 more shows coming up too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really cool to see them because like I've seen bands like way past their prime, and that was my worry when I saw them. I was like, damn, they're not gonna have it, and no, they brought it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because what was the most like one of the most disappointing bands I've ever seen is Kiss. Like in the last,
really?
God.
It's bad,
Dude, haven't they done like 6 fucking farewell
Farewell-
tours?
Literally, them and Motley Crue. Every
my
fucking
God,
year,
yeah.
they're like, "This is the last one," and then they do
we
another one in
promise.
2 years.
I can't with Motley Crue anymore. Like the music's okay, but the singer, what's his name?
Vince Neil.
Vince Neil.
He's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not great.
But
live.
even when you listen to like old Motley Crue, like I feel like when you listen to like the caliber of that voice and how high pitched it is, I'm like, you can only do that from like age fucking like 16 to fucking like 28 or something. Like you're not
Without
gonna
hurting
do
your
that.
voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's
he
just
certainly did.
yeah, the intensity of it and everything too.
Oh, yeah.
And-
It's so crazy too because I mean I do like a lot of those like 80s like hair metal type bands, but
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like they were such a product of the 80s and that you could not have a new like hair metal band. I feel like it's kind
No.
of cringe now. I hate to say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, literally the last one known is what do you call it? Or like mainstream at least is Guns N' Roses, because Guns N' Roses came out like early 90s. I don't think they were 80s.
They were in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Well, when did Appetite?
Like late 80s, early 90s probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know like Appetite Destruction came out like for sure around that time as well. But I mean, if you think about like even the rest of them, like Poison and fucking Motley Crue, like that's like early 80s, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
To be a rock star back then,
Right?
Yep.
I can't imagine. And now,
Well, no wonder they're all fucking hanging on by a thread now because
Except-
they've been through it.
Except for what's his name, the drummer, Tommy Lee. I
For
feel
Motley
like
Crue?
I feel like he aged really well out
He
of
still
all of them.
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikki Sixx still looks good too. I mean, he's also been sober for like 20 years now, so that probably helps.
Yeah. You know who hasn't aged well? The Red Hot Chili Peppers. They.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with them. I feel like it's too overplayed. I'm too burnt out.
Yep.
I can't listen to them
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. it
Dude, like
is.
anytime I turn on the radio in my car, like the only song I hear on the radio from them is Californication. I'm
Yeah.
so fucking sick of that song.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely going to become one of those bands where it's like they're going to be played in like a Kohl's.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, like as we get older, we're going to start going to Walmart and Kohl's and the grocery store, and they're going to be playing like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
young people are going to be like, "What the fuck is
No,
this?"
They'd be like, that's real music.
No, they're gonna be like how Blink 182 not that long ago as a joke they were making fun of the what the fuck is up Denny's meme. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and then they actually did a show in the Denny's. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers is going to do that, but it's not going to be ironic. It's going to be this is the only gig that's going to pay us.
literally,
No, I know, because I know they actually a couple years ago, I would say like maybe about 6-7 years ago, like they played at like Staples Center and they fucking sold it out.
Yeah.
And then more recently they played at like Saboba, not Saboba, I think it's Samuel Casino up here. And I was like, damn, that's a big change in venue. That's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I still, yeah. I don't know. I feel like kind of similar too. And it's
but I
sad to
think
say
the
like they're
casinos
gonna
are
play it out.
paying people well because Stevie Nicks is playing at Yamava.
I saw
And
And it's like
that.
I don't think she's not going to do that because of low ticket sales. They probably offered her a fuck ton of money. It was like, hey, come play for us.
Yeah.
Granted, I will say the venue was big.
Yeah.
Like you would think because it's at a casino, you're like, oh, it's gonna be like some small. But no, it was a
Okay.
shit ton of people there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nikki's, I could probably get tickets
For
that show.
Stevie Nicks?
Yeah. So
Get us some
even
tickets then.
even
Well,
the
yeah.
Offspring, fucking, because I saw them, but they play a couple of shows like later on in the year. And one of my friends, like, she doesn't listen to like rock music at all. She listens to like a lot of like Spanish music. And then she was like, yeah. She goes, my sister, they're always going to the casino. It's her sister and her brother-in-law. And she was like, yeah, they were offering me tickets to some band. I don't know. I don't really know the band. I'm like, who's the band? I was like, is it The Offspring? She's like, I think so. I was like, holy shit. That's like one of my favorite bands.
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah. So yeah, I went for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
if you can guess to Stevie Nicks for free, like
I mean, I would pay to see Stevie Nicks.
Right.
But
Yeah, right.
I'll let you know. Yeah, give me about a week or two, and I'll give you an answer for sure.
I saw Fleetwood Mac already like 10 years ago.
But so, wait, doesn't Stevie Nicks just play Fleetwood Mac songs? I imagine, right?
She has her own albums.
discography.
Yeah.
But like I don't know
if she plays any Fleetwood Mac songs when she performs
Never
by
mind.
herself.
I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her anymore.
You don't know any Stevie Nicks songs?
I don't
Bitch,
know.
Edge of 17. That's a Stevie
Right.
Nicks song.
Yeah.
Sing it. I don't.
Just like the white window.
Oh, really?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like a super famous song.
That's the one song I'm gonna sing along to.
Yeah.
You're gonna know more.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has quite a few songs. You probably know.
Gotcha. Okay, one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah. What do you call it? So yeah, saw the Offspring. I know there's a lot of they have that big punk show coming up. Don't they have two, right? That one in Vegas, like when we were young, or is that
When we were young, yeah.
Did that happen already?
that a
there
scam?
was one. No, it wasn't actually.
That was a
Everyone
big
was
thing,
saying,
right?
like,
That was
It's a scam,
no,
it's a
no.
scam, it's a
So
scam.
I heard.
So the first year that it happened, like when they announced the tour, I think it was 2 years ago. Was the first time that they did it. When they announced it, like half of the bands were like, "Oh, I guess we're doing this show." So a bunch of people, like including myself, thought it was a scam, but it actually happened.
Oh wow.
One of my
And-
friends went though, and I know one of the days it was so windy that they had to cancel it.
Dude.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude,
so
I
a lot of
actually-
people were upset about that.
So I actually went to last year's. I went to the Sunday show,
Uh-huh.
and like the headlining band, like the last band of the night was Green Day. And I wanted to see them. Don't get me wrong, but it was like we had been there. We'd been there all fucking day, and I'm like, I'm 38 at the time. I'm like, I'm fucking done. I want to get out of here. But like, as we were leaving, it was me, my wife, and my sister. Like, it got windy as shit, and it was like, dude, like we're trying to walk back to the car, and it was so windy. I'm like, dude, I can't imagine how it is over at the venue right now. Like,
I
it's
don't know
crazy.
why they keep having all these like festivals in Vegas, because even like last year when we went to Sick New World, it was so fucking hot. Like literally we would go down, see a couple bands, come back up to the room to like cool down, and then go back down, see another band or two. Okay, we got to come back up now.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was gonna pass out of
Oh,
a heat stroke
wow.
like at multiple times.
Yeah. Vegas could get like fucking 120 something for sure.
Oh, shit.
And then the winds, and then like they have like flooding. Like I feel like their weather is so crazy.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's like a place that like if you lived in like, any of the surrounding states you would go to. But if you have a show like in, I don't know, well, it's not Staples Center anymore, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now it's like you wouldn't make that drive if you lived in like fucking Utah.
Yeah.
But if it's Vegas, like you would make that fucking drive, like, and I think that's the allure of it. And then also you go, okay, like if I go to Vegas, I'm not only just going to the concert, I'm also going to. So I'm willing to bet it has something to do with that, if anything.
Yeah, and
The
because like
Golden
obviously
Nugget.
there's all the hotels, and you're like, well, while I'm here, I'm gonna gamble, I'm gonna go to the
Yeah.
club or
Or
whatever.
Evel Knievel's pie.
Oh yeah, Evil Pie, top like probably second best favorite slice of pizza fucking I've ever had. Yeah,
There's a lot of good food in Vegas.
there is. Yeah, I know. I think me and Andy went
It was bomb.
a couple months ago, and then like we didn't go on a budget, but we were definitely like, okay, we're looking for like cool deals and everything.
Yeah.
And it was really cool going with Andy because a lot of times like I go out. I've been going out more, but I'm not. I'm also just like a big homebody. So like a large majority of the not the large majority of the time, but like I would say at least half of the time, I like to spend in the hotel room just fucking resting. Because you eat a lot, and then you don't want to keep walking around.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to go back to the hotel room
Oh
and chill
my
for a little
God.
bit.
So I
Reset,
spent most of my
you know?
time at the hotel. And don't judge me, Yasmin.
You guys are crazy. Why go on vacation if you're just gonna be in the hotel the whole time?
Because
I mean,
that hotel
like,
room was way nicer than my house.
I can
Yes.
I mean, I can understand that if you're getting like a cheap hotel, but like if I'm getting an expensive ass hotel, no, I'm spending some fucking time in that hotel room.
Hey, the D was very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah,
The
very,
D?
it's called the
That's
D. Yeah,
the- yeah.
downtown. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What did you
I'm
think?
just
I-
confirming I heard what I
Wow.
heard.
Yeah.
The merchandise.
No, I thought he was talking about something else too. So
No, and the merchandise has like a lot of puns. So like you'll get like shirts or whatever. It says like "I love the D" or something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So.
So they play
they
that up.
know
Nice.
they know what
Nice.
they're doing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
No, but Fuck, I have been going out a lot. Like, I've been drinking a lot. It makes me think, like, fuck.
You
like,
say this every podcast.
I know.
No, but it's been bad.
Yeah, like,
no.
it's been, like, heavily drinking at least, like, 3 days out of the week, for sure. So it's kind of hard to maintain with, like, a diet, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like,
Should we talk about my birthday party?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, what happened?
It was fun. It was
fun.
I
It was
had
really
such a good
good.
time.
Yeah.
Obviously,
So was
because
it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, Yasmin had a birthday party?
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say 3.
Yeah, I think 3 weeks ago now. Got very drunk as it was my birthday. So it was me and my friend had like a co-birthday party because our birthdays are around the same time. We both turned 30 this year, so we wanted to have like a big party, right?
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. Like we had a taco man. We had a pretty
The
good
food
little
was bomb.
turnout. I got drunk
yeah.
as I got drunk as fuck. Took a lot of shots.
Oh yeah.
And then it's funny because the next day I went back to like help clean up my mom's house and then kind of like recap the night, you know, and be like, because obviously I didn't remember a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
had to do the same thing, too. I was calling up Andy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? How was it fun?
It's like, don't ask me why your asshole hurts.
I woke up in bed naked, but with my shoes on. What the fuck?
We've all been there.
Did I put it back on?
I do know that you went through a pretty good chunk of that bottle of Jameson, and it was one of the big bottles.
Ooh.
You
Oh,
put
yeah,
a
yeah.
good dent in it for sure.
Yeah, and that was already after a couple beers, too.
Yeah. And I know we took some shots together. I don't know if
Yeah.
you took Jameson for your shot.
I took a shot.
but
I took 2 shots of Pink Whitney with you.
As you should
Yeah, you-
have.
Right.
Yeah. Yasmin heavily peer pressured me that night. Like,
I
heavily.
do.
To
Oh, yeah.
I
drink.
do.
Yeah.
Because
she-
you need
'cause
so
she-
much pressure to start
She's so
drinking.
intimidating. Like you can't say no.
I
yeah.
know. No, I'm a little aggressive sometimes when I drink.
Yeah, okay, so
Oh,
I'll give you one of the instances that I remember, at least. And, like, okay, because my rule of thumb with taking shots is, like, I generally don't like them unless it's, like, Jägermeister or pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't give me shit if all you want to take shots of is Jaeger.
Right.
You have no room to fucking talk.
Yeah, but versus, like Pink Whitney, or is it Whitney or Whitney?
It's Pink Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
And that shit was good as fuck.
Thank you.
yeah, I don't know about
Have
that.
you ever
It
had
was
Pink
like
Whitney before,
candy.
Chris?
I've never even heard of it until right now.
It's pink lemonade flavored vodka, and yes, it's cheap and white trash,
Oh.
but it's delicious.
Right.
You
You know
should
what?
try it.
I have heard of it before, and it was from one of my coworkers. He was saying because at the time when I heard of it, it was around the time when Mountain Dew had released one of the newer flavors. It was like Spark or something like that. It was like a raspberry something flavor. It was really good, and he's like, "Oh, it's really good if you pair it with this vodka." Oh,
Girl, what the fuck
now
does
you
that
good.
mean? I don't know sign language. Why are you? What is this when you
Oh.
were doing that to me earlier? Oh, okay.
Keep going. Yeah,
going.
don't stop.
Yeah, I was
Oops.
trying to figure that out too.
Yeah, no, keep going. Yeah, just keep rolling.
Trying to see more of my face in the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There we go. I get it.
So you had so he was telling you that like
He was telling me to do that, and I've never done it, but like I do remember him bringing it up. I just never remember the name until you brought it up right now.
it unlocked something in your
Yep.
brain.
Right.
I'll bring some next time. It's very cheap. So
But your mom's house was beautiful.
We love
the
her.
taco man was number one. He was cute, and the food was good. Like, come on.
you know,
It
he
had a
had
bunch
his
of
son
baddies.
working with him. That's how you know it's like a good taco man.
Right. There
When
you
there's
go.
like a little kid
When you're using
serving
child,
your food.
when you have child labor, you're like,
When they avoid child labor laws,
Unpaid-
that's when you know it's legit.
unpaid child
that's
labor,
true, that's
how
true.
you know it's going to be a good ass taco.
right.
I hate to say it. But anyways,
Yeah.
so the next morning I went to my mom's house to clean up and kind of recap and stuff. And I was saying something about, so my friend's name is Taylor. And I was like, oh yeah, me and Taylor were probably the drunkest out of everyone because it was our birthdays.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, yeah, you guys and Izzy. I was like,
No,
Let's
like
not forget that fuck.
Let's not forget him.
this is the thing about Izzy.
Hey, no.
Izzy can literally be blackout drunk, and you will have no idea because I think he drinks so much, he's so used to it. But literally, I drove him home. I would see DD, so I drove him home in the car. We were having a conversation. Your mom gave him some tacos to eat, and like literally the last bite, I guess like it just fell apart and like fell all over the car, and then that was fine. That was whatever. Literally the next day, we go and hang out, and then I go and I take the, like, because they were all over his seat. The food was still on his seat, but it was all dried now, right?
yeah.
So I swept it off, and then he's like, "What's that for? Where's that from?" And I thought that we had, like, I thought that he had remembered, and then I forget that he gets blackout drunk and doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, so you don't even remember the whole fucking car ride?"
No, I don't. Like, so when I get that drunk, I remember like fucking like snapshots of everything. Like, something will sound familiar, but then it like there's certain things for sure that like didn't sound familiar. Like one of them was the food for sure. Like I was like, I don't remember fucking eating, but I remember your mom like making a plate to go or something like that.
She was like, you need this.
Yeah.
And then Izzy literally, once he was done with his food, we're on the freeway, rolls his window down, throws a plate out.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, how many turtles have you just killed, sir?
Oh my God, you psycho.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't try and hide now. Drunk Izzy is still Izzy, nonetheless.
It's still you. No,
but it was fun.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, then how I knew I was drunk, or just by like point of reference, was, like, so you didn't seem drunk to me.
That's how you know you were also drunk.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So when I
You're
told,
like,
I'm an
you guys
obvious
were sober
drunk,
as
I feel.
fuck. You know,
Yeah,
you were
well-
drunk as shit when we got there. And then you disappeared for a little bit. And then you came back, and then you did seem a lot more like sober. But then you just started drinking like crazy again. And I was like, oh, I love it. I'm obsessed.
I had to last the whole night.
Yeah.
I was like,
Damn.
this is embarrassing.
Did you go take a nap or?
No, I think maybe I just like ate a little bit and had some water and like talked to someone, and then I don't know, because I was like, well, I gotta fucking maintain this. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna pass out at 10 o'clock at my own birthday party. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? Are you a drinker, a smoker,
I mean,
meth user?
well-
whatever floats your boat.
Not anymore.
crystal meth is my shit, bro. Nah, I can't partake in marijuana usage anymore or anything like that. But I still drink from time to time, but I don't drink a lot unless I know I'm somewhere where I can stay the night or I'm at home. Because
Nice.
yeah.
What do you like to drink when you do drink?
I've never really been big on beer, so like I like mixed drinks, or like if we're doing shots, I'll do shots.
You're off the show. Get off the show. Pink Whitney drinking motherfucker.
I actually,
You probably like the Pink Whitney then.
yeah, the last
as he hides his Pink Whitney tattoo.
the last party that I went to, I brought a 12-pack of Simply Spiked. I fucking love those.
I like those too.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh.
Like the lemonades, like
you know,
the Simply
like
lemonades.
Simply Lemonade, Simply Orange.
But it's like a seltzer.
Yeah. It's actually way better than the seltzers. Like I feel like that's what the seltzers like are trying to taste like, but the seltzers just taste like asshole.
Hey,
I will say,
give me a case.
Give me some Trulies.
I'm a carbonation girly, so I love like the White Claws because they're so carbonated.
Yeah.
But the Simplies are good too, though.
Yeah.
They're more flavorful.
Do you like sparkling water by itself?
I do.
Oh,
I
you're
love.
classy.
Yeah.
What's
can I
that
say?
Mexican one? A lot of people drink that one too.
Topo Chico.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't get it.
love
I don't
those.
get it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like
girl-
I don't know. I just like the bubbles. Like I like the carbonation.
The girls that get it, get
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
And then
There you go.
it used to be like if you drank a seltzer, like I was like, oh, that's fucking. But
Yeah.
it's like so common now that
Yeah.
like I'm like, damn, is everyone?
That's the only
They're
conclusion.
taking over.
Yeah, because like to me, it was
Yeah.
like seltzer drinks like that were like an old person drink. Because the
Yeah.
only people I would see drinking it would be my grandma and grandpa. They have like the club soda, mix it with like vodka and like some fucking like lime juice or lemon juice or something like that. And I'm like, oh okay.
They're super popular now because
Yeah,
I
they
feel like
are.
for a while it was like all we had was like the Mike's Hard Lemonade, but that was like what you would drink if you were like underage drinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
like everyone drinks like the seltzers. Even a lot of breweries have seltzers too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
not everyone can drink beer, so they have like a seltzer.
So-
And I think
you guys
because
have
they're
taken
mostly
over,
sugar free, right?
Some of them, I think. Yeah.
Which is also
Which is
God.
Trying to be skinny is gay.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
yeah.
Explains a lot.
I still remember like one of my favorite lines from like one of your guys' early podcasts is Andy saying like, Izzy, I swear to God, you could walk into the room on me fucking a girl and you'd just be like, that's gay, bro.
Yeah, that's literally him.
Yeah, that would be kind of gay.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Why don't you suck a dick like you used to?
Right.
You changed, man. You changed. What happened to you?
Everything is gay to this man.
Right.
And
Your
you-
shoes are too clean.
Yep.
You're probably wearing a clean pair of underwear right now. That's gay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You probably brushed your teeth this morning. That's gay.
Mhm.
somehow that does. I don't know. I don't make the
Basic
rules.
hygiene.
Basic hygiene.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, it's a fine line for sure.
An invisible fine line that you created.
Literally.
We've created.
No,
Who's
no,
we?
we. No, we.
I didn't do
No,
shit.
the lines are blurred now.
Right.
It's over.
But surprisingly, unicorns aren't gay. That's what.
Right.
That's what would be like. No, unicorns are actually kind of badass.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a horse with a horn on it. How is that gay?
Right.
See, now you're changing his perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
He's bisexual now.
like a muscular unicorn. That's kind of cool, right?
Well, now you're eroticizing this unicorn. Why do you want it to be muscular?
Nice mane.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's a furry now.
He's trying to fuck this.
Right.
Are furries still a thing? I remember when like
Oh my god, yes they are.
Gotcha. I get like references every now and then, but I'm not sure if it's being like ironic. Like this used to be a thing, so now it's like,
there's still furries around.
But do you still have to like dress up? Or can you just be a furry? Can I just be
I don't
like,
know.
Like I'm a fucking squirrel?
I
and
think
that's
part of the lifestyle.
We need to have like a furry on here in full in full suit so we can keep their identity anonymous.
Like to interview
So we
someone,
can ask
because
them.
I feel like we do have a lot of questions. Like I don't think. Well, maybe do we know like a closeted furry? As far as I know, we don't know anyone.
Well, like for a little bit, we had someone that was a furry, and they identified as a fox. So
and they were like open about it.
They were. I mean, like I never talked to them about it. It was just sort of a thing where like
People just
their profile picture on the app that we use to talk on was a fox, and people were like, "Oh yeah, no, like they do this, they do that." Yeah, that's.
Wait a minute. How long have they been around though?
Furs have been around for a while.
Like 80s, 90s? What are we talking about?
I feel like it's more of an invention of like the mid 2000s. I would say.
Okay, because
like 2010s, maybe a little bit before that.
No, I think it was before that too.
Yeah, because I remember furries like.
No, because I remember seeing a story about furries on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh yeah,
and that show, like, that show was big in the mid 2000s. So
okay, because the reason why I asked is because I was rewatching one of the greatest animated shows of all time, which was Batman Beyond.
Yes.
On one of the shows they had it was like people were trying to become like hybrid animals, and that was like the thing. It was like they wanted fucking Terry McGinnis to become a fucking it was like a bat.
Yeah,
but I remember that was the thing. They were just like hybrid animals, and like that was like
they were just splicing DNA. Right?
But it makes me wonder, like, is it one of those things that just like predicted the future well, or was it?
I think they were already in the culture, and they were just like, oh,
you know what I think it is. This is just a theory that I just came up with right now. You know what I think it is? I blame Disney for it. Because think about all of the Disney movies that we watched as a kid, where like the main characters were animals, and then it's like, oh, like what was it? A Goofy movie, like fucking Max, like the girl that he liked. What was her name?
But she was also super attractive.
Yeah, but it's like she's weirdly attractive, but she's a dog.
Yeah. You know, I was literally just talking to Josh about this last night because he was watching a YouTube video about Space Jam, and obviously, why the hell did they make Lola Bunny look like that? Like they had no reason to And I was even telling him, I was like, I remember being a kid and like I would watch those movies with my parents, and anytime this girl would come on, first of all, why does she have huge ass tits? She's a fucking bunny. Yep. Second of all, why are they playing a sexy jazz solo when she walks into the room? And I'm like, well, now I'm 7 years old and uncomfortable watching this with my parents. Why can't this bitch just exist in this universe? Like, why does she have to be so sexualized?
I don't know.
Like they did that with all the like female animal characters.
I appreciate it. As a kid,
I
very much appreciated it.
Yeah, I'm sure you fucking appreciated it.
I was a kid. What do you want?
Like even in The Lion King, like the lions actually look like fucking lions in the movie, but there's that scene where Nala gives Simba the fuck me eyes, and it's like, dude, you're watching that as a kid.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Someone needs to do like a study done. Yeah.
Right.
Because I do feel like furries, it's definitely more of a people of like a younger generation. Like I doubt there's a lot. Well, I mean, I'm sure there are some older furries, but I don't think people were furries in like the 50s and 60s. I just don't.
Oh, definitely not.
I don't think so. Like they were into some different shit, I'm sure, but
like maybe someone had like a fucking a mascot kink, but that was about it.
Maybe that's where it started.
Maybe, like, who knows?
Yeah, I'd be pretty sick. I'd be down.
The history of furries. You'd be down to fuck a mascot?
Yeah, why not?
Just any mascot or like a specific one?
I mean, it has to be like a fucking...
Has to be a chick in the suit.
First and foremost.
Take the mask off, it's Andy.
Like, damn it. I'm going to finish up and I'm going to get the fuck out of here. No, like, I just... Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, if... I feel like, you know, you're married to somebody, sex, you know, the old missionary doesn't last anymore. Like, why not? Put on this fucking mask. Let's do it. Let's go.
Wait, a mascot or just any mask?
However, if we want to do like the introductory, like just put on the fucking the head part, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then, but like, you know, as we progress, you know,
you got to get the whole costume on.
Yeah.
Why just have the head on? I feel like that's not. If anything, I would imagine you would do that backwards. Like, why would you slowly do it? I feel like it's all or nothing when it comes to something like that. Why would I fuck somebody with just the mascot head on?
Well, I don't know. Well, the rest.
Then they're not a mascot. Then they're just a person wearing the mascot
but then
head, and it ruins the illusion.
I mean, true.
But then you have to ruin the costume because then you have to cut out like the private parts, and then it's like then you.
What if they already have those cutouts there?
Oh,
How do they pee?
Then by all means, okay.
I wasn't a mascot in school, so I don't know the
Yeah,
logistics of the costumes, but
I don't know either.
We'll have to ask someone who was a mascot.
I was
school.
picture just like Iron Man when he like just pees in the suit, and they just kind of like.
I doubt they have that technology for most mascot.
I mean,
costumes.
maybe you never know.
Or they're just straight up pissing in it, like without the little disposable baggie or something.
Right.
I think they're just straight pissing.
I hear they make a pretty good amount of money.
Mascots,
according to my
Some of
TikTok,
them.
fucking watching like videos, like yeah, they make like
for NFL teams or
Yep.
something, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Like the ones that go viral and dance.
I hear
and
the
egg on
cheerleaders
the
don't get
crowd.
paid shit though.
in the NFL.
I don't know if it's NFL or if it's college
No idea.
cheerleaders.
Oh, okay. I imagine
Maybe
college
no. I
they
think it
don't.
is NFL because there was that TV show because
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys. That's NFL, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was like a TV show on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and like it's a lot of work, and like they were saying they don't get paid shit.
Well,
Like
the
a lot of them
Dallas-
had another job too.
Aren't the
Yeah.
Cowboys like one of the worst NFL teams?
I couldn't tell you that. Don't
they,
ask
I don't
me.
know. I don't
Yeah.
follow.
they made it to the playoffs, but they got eliminated like second round.
Izzy,
Yeah.
you say these terms like, yeah, what? Oh, like we know what the fuck the playoffs are.
That how do you?
Like for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they made it as like contenders, so to speak, but they got eliminated like second round. So in order to make, I think you have to make it through 4 rounds. Like if you're one of the top teams, and they got eliminated round 2 or 3 or something like that.
Is that bad?
They're known for that. Yeah. That's why. Yeah.
But they still make it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
they
was
do,
gonna
yeah.
say, Andy, think about it like you're at the gay bar,
Okay.
and then it's the last like 10 dudes in the room, and you're trying to decide, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna eliminate these 2. That's the Dallas
Okay.
Cowboys.
I just want to.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I just want to
It's good
invite
that
them
you're on
over. Why choose when I can have all 10?
No,
I love that for you,
Right.
as you should.
Why not both?
Andy Yasmin, what's like the sexiest athlete out of all sports?
The only one that I know right now is
No, but
Trevor Kelsey, or what's his name?
Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey. Yeah,
I didn't know it
Trevor.
either. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
the only
he's
one that
cute.
I know.
Very
If
attractive
you
man,
were
yeah.
telling me someone like an athlete for sure, I would. I didn't even Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, no, but just
and
in-
LeBron James.
No,
like
but just like but I would say just in generally speaking, like when you watch a sport, right? You're not really paying attention, but you're just like you watch a sport, and you're like,
like
oh,
the
that guy's on
soccer
average.
players, footballers. So they're
Soccer players,
yeah.
Okay,
They're the ones that I feel like rugby players and
Yeah.
soccer players have like amazing bodies.
gotcha. Yasmin,
I'll take your word for it. I don't watch sports, period. So
really? But you never
You
like
should see some of those. I'm telling you, I'll send you some videos of some rugby players. I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
soccer players are definitely the most fit out of all of them, so
Yeah.
that actually does make a lot of sense.
And they have big butts.
okay.
And
Yeah.
baseball
Well,
players
I'm
have big butts
interested.
too.
Because
It
like
seems like football, there's a lot more variety of like body types because you have to have
Yeah.
like skinny dudes and big dudes,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like depending on your position or whatever.
we're in soccer. It's kind of like because even if you watch baseball, like you'll see like a slightly overweight pitcher every now and then in baseball or something like that. But like soccer, nobody ever it looks like a fucking slouch for sure. Yeah,
Well, I guess I'll have to start watching.
Right.
there you go.
yeah. It's too much running. I would say volleyball for sure. Hottest
Well,
fucking.
volleyball's hard as fuck. Like
Yeah.
you have to be super
and
in
it
shape.
makes
Yeah, you
me
do.
hard as fuck.
Here
That's how we do it.
But, yeah, there
Don't,
how we do
don't
things here.
encourage him.
Right.
You don't have to high five him.
I'm just saying.
I forget we're outnumbered today.
No,
just
it's-
today.
The
Every
straights
day.
are the straights are taking back over.
No, when Drew's on, when Drew's on, we're even. You know, because Drew's more on Izzy's side.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's been fucking going on with you guys recently.
Here now, Drew's woke. Here you go.
Yeah, Drew's the guy from
Yeah.
Beyond Doomsday. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But now Chris might hear it. He's gonna get home and like your wife's gonna watch the podcast. Like, oh, I like that fucking high five that you gave.
Right.
Right.
Hopefully none of your exes play volleyball because then you're fucked for sure.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank God. We're
I
safe.
played volleyball once in like the 8th grade, so I guess you could say I'm like an athlete as well. So
How the mighty have fallen.
basically, that's more likely.
Professional tetherball player.
Hey, that
Okay.
we used to get down on some tetherball.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
saying.
I was actually very involved in school. Like, I played a lot of sports, and I was in ROTC, as you just discovered today.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
That was like, for sure. I don't know. I remember because in high school it was just like fucking ripped jeans and fucking patches and all that shit.
I can picture high school you just so like you were that kid. I feel that like you just thought you were the shit. You ditched every class. You had your long hair.
Yeah,
I feel like Izzy's literally the only thing that's changed from him in high school is that it's been 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I feel like this is the same person he was in high school.
He has a beard now,
right? Yeah, and less alcohol. Back then, yeah.
I was probably a little more alcohol back then. I think I look like relatively normal, but people can always tell I listen to like rock music and stuff like that. I could, I don't know. So I'll meet somebody new and they're just like, "Oh, you're kind of like a rocker." I'm like, "Oh,
I look normal, but everyone can tell I have an edge."
I do feel like people can sense that about you, though.
Yeah, probably because I say "dude" a lot, like a lot, maybe.
I mean, and maybe because you have some of your tattoos too. I feel.
But he covers them mostly in public, no?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I still want to get more tattoos. I want to get my neck done, but
Ooh.
Do you really?
Yeah,
like the front of your neck?
No, just side.
What do you want to put on it?
It's
and
actually,
don't say my name.
I know, right? Andy for life. No, it's like I don't know. It looks very not. It's not tribal. What's the new traditional? There you go. But it's like some artwork from one of the Offspring like later albums for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
well,
you like them that much?
Right?
That's crazy.
No, I also just like the artwork a lot too. Which, like I said, I mean, well, all this whole arm, you can't see a whole lot.
It's all bands.
Yeah,
right?
it's all bands. Yeah. But my thing is, I never want to get like just the name. I have a Black Sabbath one, Pink Floyd one, but none of them say any of it, right? It's just like artwork.
Like you have to be in the know to know what it is.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Otherwise, you're like a corporate shill if you get like a band's name tattooed on you, I feel.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Like you should get paid because you're advertising them for free at that point.
No. I'm a little more abstract than that,
You're a lot more unique. You're not like the other girls who get band tattoos.
Right. Yeah. No,
Izzy.
So then, and then I wanted my neck done, and then my tattoo artist told me no. He said that's very poser-ish. So like if you get your
getting your neck done is posers now.
If all you have done is your neck, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with like your hands. A lot of them won't tattoo you unless you have a lot more tattoos.
Oh, and your hands, really?
It's usually your hands, your neck, and your face. Because it looks fucking stupid if you only have neck tattoos.
Yeah,
but then you're just like no tattoos anywhere else.
Yeah, I've seen it since then, and it does look a little off for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like now I'm finally tatted enough because when I got like my little one on my arm, he asked me, he was like, "Do you want me to bring it down onto your hand?" And I was like, "Wow, that must mean I'm like tattooed enough."
That
he
means
was
you're
like,
blasted.
okay. Yeah, like I'm about that life for sure. I was like, okay, but I didn't. So
yeah,
maybe next time.
I see it. Chris, you got any tattoos?
Yeah, I got a few.
I didn't even see your tattoos.
So I got like the Halo legendary symbol.
Oh shit, that shit looks sick. Oh yeah.
What do you think of the Halo TV show?
Oh, it's fucking trash. I fucking hate it so much.
You have a Halo TV show?
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus.
I forgot that came out.
Yeah, dude, the season 1 was so bad that when I found out they announced season 2, I was like, why? Fucking why? Like, dude, I literally gave up on the show. I think I only watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
And that's how bad it was. You were like,
yeah, that's how bad it was for me.
Did you watch the Fallout show? Are you very into video games?
I haven't watched the Fallout show yet.
Izzy and I were watching it.
Me,
2 episodes in, 3 episodes in?
Yeah, 2 episodes. Yeah.
You
guys are watching it like together?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
We were cuddling. No girls allowed.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Josh watched it. He said it was really good.
Yeah,
all of it?
Mm-hmm.
The main girl in there is fucking scorching.
That's all he takes away from anything.
I know.
Izzy could never be a film critic because his review would be like 5 out of 5 stars. The lead actress was hot.
Yeah, and it'd
that's
be like
his only review.
Yeah.
Or like in the movie like The Hours, when like Nicole Kidman intentionally made herself ugly, 1 out of 5 stars. Everyone was fucking gross in this movie.
Oh my god!
God forbid they show a woman over 30.
How fucking dare you? No, I was like, no wonder like Transformers is one of my fucking favorite movies of all time. They know how to do it.
Right.
They know how to do it. You know who doesn't have any fucking remorse when it comes to like fucking scorching hot girls is fucking Spanish channels. Spanish channels do not give a fuck about talent or none of that shit. They take the hottest women they can fucking find and they put them on fucking TV.
They know their audience.
That's true. That's true.
Fucking Spanish fucking weather channels, top tier. Yeah, for sure. I follow a couple weather networks for that reason.
That sounds
Here
about
we
right.
go.
I have no idea what they're saying, but I'm intrigued.
Right.
You know what's funny though? I almost feel like, especially in like the early 2000s, that was like a really big thing where it was like you had so many actors and actresses who were hot and they were everywhere. Like Chad Michael Murray was everywhere just because he was a hot guy, but he was a terrible actor, right? But I feel like now, I think with things, I don't know, I think from what I see in TV, it's more like actual good actors, and then like you'll be watching a show about high schoolers and these kids actually look like they could maybe be in high school. Like, I just feel like nowadays with casting, they take more like acting, talent, like, okay, is this person experienced? Whereas I feel like in the early 2000s, they were like, all right,
especially I think
you're
hot,
you're
on the TV.
You're hired.
Well, like even back in the day, like the Karate Kid. I heard
the original, movie?
the original movie. Like I heard that Ralph Macchio was like 30 when he did that movie, and he's supposed to be a high school kid.
Yes,
he just had a baby face, and they threw him into it.
I think he's like 60 or 70 now, and he actually still looks really good.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Karate Kid show, Cobra Kai?
I watched first season. I got a little bit into second season. I need to pick it back up.
He still looks good. Like he looked young, and I want to say he's like 60.
Yeah,
that's a weird one too.
He's the exception.
I feel like season 2 is better than season 1 in that one too. I don't know. I really like that show.
Yeah.
I'm not caught up, but I think I watched the first like 3 seasons and it was really good.
Okay. Yeah. I think one of the last seasons, I forgot which one. I don't think it's the last one, but the one before it, I think is like really not great. But what was I say? I think the last time I saw that, kind of what you talked about, kind of like, oh, let's just put a hot person in there, is the Twilight series. Like the guy that played Jacob, that guy can't act for shit.
Yeah, he's definitely another. Well, yeah, he's not acting
where
now.
Where you been, Loca?
Where you been, Bella?
Bella.
Wait, please do that again. Say the whole line though in your nasally voice.
Where you been, Loca? Yeah, that was such a, because it was like he's not even Mexican. I don't.
No.
Yeah. You watch
but you know the director just saw brown kid, long hair. Let's give him a Latino accent.
Literally, he's supposed to be Native American.
And he's supposed to be Native American too. Yeah. No,
I'm surprised they didn't have even like corn on the cob or something.
I have seen the movies because my wife likes the movies, but
you don't have to deny yourself if you like it. You
I'm
can tell us.
No, you know what? I will not lie to you. The very first time that we watched the first movie, when it got to the part when fucking Robert Dickhead, whatever his name is, revealed.
You don't like him?
You will not respect Robert Pattinson in this house.
I was like, well, we'll talk about.
No, you know what? He was really good in the Batman movie that he did. Like he's really good in stuff.
He's the same. Okay, granted, I don't hate the Twilight series, but he's the same guy.
Yeah,
it's like literally if Edward went out and was like, I'm going to become fucking Batman, like.
But like, so the first time that me and my wife, we were watching the very first Twilight movie, none of the other movies had come out yet, and so we're watching it, and when he reveals that he's a vampire and he takes his shirt off and he's sparkling, I laughed hysterically, like hysterically, to the point where my wife had to pause the movie, and she's like, "Why the fuck are you laughing so hard?" I'm like, "He looks like a Jennifer Lopez music video because there's that one, Waiting for Tonight, and she's all fucking glittery and shit." Like that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
I would say the baseball scene was very hard to watch.
Yeah,
these are all
that
iconic
is like literally
scenes.
the iconic scene when Atlas lifts her head, a leg up, and then Izzy, sit down. Okay, you're banned.
I mean, I think what you mean is memorable, not iconic. But
that you know what? Right.
Yeah, also, Robert Pattinson is a great actor.
He is. No, I would say. Well, he was the only good actor on the whole fucking series.
I loved him in Goblet of Fire.
I mean,
my boy. That's my boy.
You guys are going to hell. I hope you guys are happy.
Is your wife very into like the Twilight books or something, or you just wanted to see it?
I know she's read them. I think whenever the first time we watched the very first movie it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, we need to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're talking about Twilight, right? Or,
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure because they're doing.
I know.
Doing
I got
the Harry Potter
distracted.
references. It's throwing me off.
No,
he's good though. Well, you said he plays the same person and everything. Have you ever seen this movie called Good Time with him?
I haven't. I think I've seen like previews of it. Who's he with? He's with somebody else, right?
Benny Safdie.
Okay, maybe I don't know.
Baby.
It's a really good movie.
Okay.
You should watch it.
Okay.
He plays this like nasty, grimy
Yeah.
guy. Him and his brother like rob a bank, and his brother has like special needs. And then he also like tries to have sex with like a 14-year-old girl, so that's a little awkward. But he's like just this nasty, like grimy, like
okay.
thug.
He was also in what's that black and white one with
The Lighthouse. That one is really good.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. No, like I don't think he's a bad. I
With
think,
Willem Dafoe,
Our king.
Yeah, because like
our well-hung king,
Yeah.
allegedly.
We know.
Yeah, like type acting could or typecasting, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can like work for a while. Like I was a big fan of fucking Stifler fucking during that time.
And he plays the exact same character in
Oh, yeah.
Every
But he
fucking
is-
movie.
I'm so sorry.
He's Stifler in every movie.
Sean William Scott is so hot.
Yeah.
I am so
His
sorry.
moments.
Yeah.
He was. I don't know.
All my gay friends fucking absolutely love that man for sure.
And I'm not even to white guys like that. No offense, but he's fucking
None
hot.
taken.
He's fucking hot.
Maybe it's like his attitude too.
It's just he's like nonchalant. Like okay, you
doesn't
know
give
who
a
else?
fuck.
You know who else? Like makes it purr. Doofy from the first Scary Movie.
Oh my
Not
god.
Doofy.
And when he gets not when he's acting at the end when he gets all hot and then he
Oh, he's like smoking a cigarette.
yeah,
and
and he's
stuff.
oh my god,
okay.
that actor is so hot.
David Arquette.
No, it's not David Arquette. It's another dude. You look him up.
Yeah.
Wait,
Dude.
are you talking about actual Doofy?
No,
Yes,
I'm
that's
talking
who
about
he's
the
talking about.
parody.
I thought you were talking
Scary
about from
Movie.
Scream.
No,
from
Scary
Scary
Why do you
Movie.
think we're laughing over here?
Sergeant Doofy. That's that one.
You're all fucking intrigued by him. Yeah, tell me more, Andy.
Yeah,
Mom, I told you to knock when I'm cleaning my room.
Oh, yeah.
that one.
He's
And when
using
he
the
gets
vacuum
hot, he
cleaner?
becomes so hot.
In the
Like,
vacuum cleaner.
That was such a niche reference right now.
oh, I dream about that man.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie now.
Maybe
then.
all cops
You have
aren't
to.
buttholes.
You,
He's the exception.
Right, the
you
one-
know what reference I always make from that movie that my friends are absolutely fucking sick of is anytime like I'm hanging out with a group of my friends and they're always like, oh, let's watch a scary movie. What do you want to put on? I'm like, let's watch Kazam. That's not a scary movie. You haven't seen Shaq act.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hate like it's been a joke for like 10 years. They fucking hate it.
Never gets
Kazam.
old. That's so funny.
No, that's yeah. I'll fucking reference a lot of fucking shit from like different movies. So like
Yeah.
69, I'm always referencing, and that was the smallest part in the movie Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a part where it's like, oh, let's turn to page 69. And he was like 69, and then like he looked around and nobody was laughing. Like I always reference that fucking part. But I'm
And
you
then
know,
don't go shooting with Izzy
Right.
because he's going to do his favorite Matrix scene.
His favorite
oh
Matrix scene?
shit, there's a fucking part.
We were literally last time we hung
Oh,
out. He
God.
showed me this scene. He literally played it back like 10 times and died laughing like this every single time.
There's a moment in Matrix. It's Revolutions. Yeah. In is it Revolutions?
I believe so.
Revolution. Yeah,
Is
Matrix.
it the second or third one?
The third one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
I think
only
it's,
seen the
yeah, I
first.
think
I think it's
Rev-
Revolutions with an S, right?
I think so.
Okay, so Matrix Revolutions. There's a part where Neo's stuck in that weird like train station where he can't get out. It's like a fucking limbo.
Yeah.
And so they go in to see like the main boss that owns it, which
And
is
he's
that,
French.
yeah, that like fucking vampire
Gross.
guy. And
Like,
then like
you're in charge of the Matrix. Sorry to cut you off.
no, you're good. Yeah.
You're in the Matrix. You can be where the fuck you want, and you decide to be a French piece of shit. Continue, Izzy. Continue.
Well, I don't know. I then Andy was like, because you could when you watch the Matrix, you could tell like the directors are fucking kinky as fuck. Because
Yeah.
everyone's like, at first you kind of gets like a little bit of like leatherness, but then they start going into like fucking
Full on
like,
gimp suits.
yeah, like nipple clamps and gimp mask and everything. But there's a scene where they crash the club and they're like, they have to get to this fucking Frenchman, right? And he's dressed like he's going to a fucking wedding, but everybody else there is fucking gimp mask, fucking leather everywhere. But they have this moment where they get to like him, right? And they're like, everybody has their guns out, but at a certain point they realize they're outgunned. And as they hand in their guns, there's this fucking person, and this is my favorite person in all of Matrix. They're wearing a gimp mask, like a sleeveless leather suit, and the way they hold their gun to him is like the greatest thing ever. It's like you could just tell this person is gay as fuck. But they come up to him, and then they go and they put their hip like that, and they like they don't make the sound, but the only sound I imagine that they made in that moment was, like, oh my God. But yeah, they like, okay, so you can see it, but they come up, they walk up all like fucking sexy, and then there's like, I'm
gonna send you video clips on TikTok.
Well, now I have to see.
It's it just reminds me of there's a video game called Bayonetta.
Oh yeah,
and you're basically like a hot, sexy witch with guns, and I just feel like that's how Bayonetta would hold a gun.
Okay. Well, now I'll have to see this.
No,
I didn't know there were gay people in the Matrix. I would have watched those movies a long time ago.
Right, there you go.
No, yeah, the Matrix is sick. The new one that came out was fucking pretty much trash, but yeah,
I haven't even watched the new one.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I know we're talking about like the Twilight thing. I think I'm such a big fan of binge watching movies that if there's a part 1 and 2 of something, like I'll watch it. Like I don't care what it is. Like I can't think of anything. Even like the Hunger Games thing. Like I wasn't a big fan. I was like, it kind of seems kind of lame. And then like as soon as I realized I have part 2 and 3, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking watch this. And now
all it takes is for something to have multiple movies. And then you'll be interested.
Yeah. And literally, it's like one of my favorite movies now. I fucking love the Hunger Games.
They are good movies.
Yeah.
They are good. Yeah.
I still haven't seen the new one though.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it either.
It's
the songbirds.
Of,
it was
of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah.
It was shit.
Yeah,
it was.
Hey, nobody's camera's orange, right?
No.
Okay,
No,
everybody's has.
Is yours orange?
It has like it'll have like a little orange icon,
like
on
a like a temperature thing. It's telling
Not
you
that I can see.
Let me know if it comes up because then we have to take a little break.
The girl that played the main character, Lucy, I'm sorry, she's a horrible actress, and she did like this country accent. It didn't work. I'm pretty sure the character was country. I've never read the book, so I can't be 100%. But she was trash. Yeah.
It just the trailer didn't look good.
I mean, the movie's all right. Like I didn't have a problem with her acting as much. Like she was fine for me, but it's I feel like the movie is just an hour longer than it needs to be. You know what I mean? Because it's like because you know in the other Hunger Games. Because they only showed the 2 Hunger Games in the other 4 movies because they had it in the first one and in the second one, and that was like the majority of the movie. In this one, the Hunger Games happens like in the middle of the fucking movie and ends in the middle of the movie. So then they go on for like another hour. It's like, okay, well we already did the Hunger Games. What the fuck else do we need to know?
That
about?
is weird.
It's supposed to be like it's like the creation of the Hunger Games, right?
No, it's the backstory,
one, right?
It's the 10th one, but it's the backstory for what the fuck is
Snow?
his name? Snow.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
the backstory for Snow, how he became the way he is.
Okay.
Because he's what's her name's
he's like the love
advisor,
interest, right?
Yeah.
You know what's like a show like I heard good things about and I just could not fucking get into it.
Friends.
No, Friends. Yeah, I fucking talked about how much I fucking hate
Friends is
on
an
this
overrated white people show. For sure.
It's all right.
I can't.
It's boring.
I'll watch it.
No, and I was
Not the
white
person defending it.
I'm sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. No, was The Witcher.
The Witcher.
I couldn't, and I wanted to like it. Like I really, but it was so fucking dry. Like I don't know. I just
you know what I can kind of see that because I watched first season, and from what I remember of first season, I really enjoyed it. And then when second season came out, I watched the first episode of second season, and just that second episode did not fucking click with me, so I haven't watched anything since then.
Yeah.
What I do, because I have not played the Witcher games and I haven't seen the Witcher show, but what I do like is that Henry Cavill was literally like, I'm going to stick to the source material, and if you don't like it, and then you deal with it, and then they kicked him off the show.
Yeah, they fucking kicked him off the show.
He didn't want to deviate from the source material, which is, I feel that's a good idea, but I'm not a producer, so
to a point, I understand that, like as a fan of something, but also like you can't necessarily adapt the source material 100% too. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the way he makes it sound like seeing the way that they want to deviate shit, it's like no, you should stick to the source material.
Like, their ideas were worse than if he would have just followed the original plan. Speaking of people that should stick to the source material, let's start talking about Star Wars. And how George Lucas has ruined it all.
Oh, my God.
You know what's so crazy? I don't know if I dreamed this, but George Lucas is still alive, right?
I believe
he's
so.
still alive.
Tell me why I have such a vivid, like, memory of like literally earlier this week, like getting a news notification from Apple and it saying that, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? But I was at work, and so I put my phone away and I went about my day, and then later I was like, oh, I haven't heard anything about this. I don't know if I hallucinated this or if I dreamed this.
That was a premonition. If he dies this week or next week,
I swear to God.
You predicted his death.
Oh my God.
You got a premonition.
What if I like transported to an alternate reality in which he died or something?
It's like Mandela effect.
Yeah.
You made him.
But it was
you killed
so
him.
weird. Like, I swear.
It's like fucking Darth Jar Jar fucking exists in that universe.
Dude, like, I definitely don't want to stray away from this topic, but that sort of reminds me of I don't know if you guys remember Anton Yelchin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Who's that?
So did you ever watch?
Actor.
Did you ever watch the newer Star Trek movies with Chris Pine?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, he's the kid that played Chekhov. And he was also the kid in Alpha Dog.
Oh yeah.
And he was
in Green Room.
And he was in Terminator Salvation. Okay, so when he died, like, I was heartbroken because like all of my friends outside of work, like, we all fucking loved Anton Yelchin. I get to work and I'm like, oh God, man, did you guys hear that Anton Yelchin died? Like, 3 fucking people knew who I was talking about. 3 people I talked to knew who the fuck he was, and I was so pissed off. Like, the whole day, I'm like, this fucking guy died, and then no one knows who he is.
The
like,
worst part is how he passed away.
Yeah,
that was the worst part.
Yeah.
How did he pass away?
He ran himself over with his truck.
So he had like a band with like some of his friends from outside of acting, and he had to run back to his pad real quick.
Yeah.
And so when he got up to the gate, I guess there was an issue with the gate, and he got out to go and like open it. But the vehicle that he had, there was actually an issue that the vehicles ended up getting recalled, where like when you put the parking brake on, it didn't actually like go into park or put it into park.
Yeah.
And so it rolled forward and like pinned him against the gate, and he died.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God
Wasn't it a Jeep? It was like
I think it was a Jeep,
right?
Yeah. It was like a
Goddamn lesbians.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Star Wars.
Right.
No, I mean we could. I mean, I don't know shit about Star Trek, but as soon as I realized they made a part 1 and 2, I was like, I'm gonna go fucking watch this movie.
No, Star Trek. Because I grew up with Star Wars.
Yeah.
We didn't really watch Star Trek, but now I've been doing my research on it.
My bad. My thing came on. All right, we're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stop right there. Star Trek when you were a kid, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
We took our little break.
Right.
Nice.
Damn you, Lizzie.
Which was okay. We're on Star Trek, and you were talking about you used to watch it when you were a kid.
No. We grew up on Star Wars, but I've been watching stuff on Star Trek, and I didn't realize how progressive that show was. That show broke a lot of barriers on TV, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Didn't it have the first like on-screen interracial kiss?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk and
Uhura.
It's an unfortunate
Nyota Uhura.
and then George Takei was who?
He was Sulu.
And then what was his oh yes, or what did he say?
Oh my.
Yeah. And then George Takei is like gay as fuck. Now that's just so funny.
Damn. Yeah, I never saw the old one. I always hear good things about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the movies movies that came out a couple years ago.
The modern ones,
Yeah, those are fucking great. I really like those.
I always tell people like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies are like the Star Trek movies for non-Star Trek fans, because it's like there's like Star Trek fans do like them. Don't get me wrong. There are some fans that don't, but I've talked to a lot of people that were like, you know what, I never really cared for Star Trek until I saw this movie. I'm like, well, yeah, it's J.J. Abrams, that's why. And it was it was just kind of like it was like his test bed to be able to go and do Star Wars, even though he hadn't agreed to do that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now on to Star Wars.
Yes, on to Star Wars.
So,
all right. So what are we talking about exactly?
Do you think Disney buying Star Wars was a good thing or a bad thing? Or possibly both.
So it's sort of a double-edged sword, but I think overall I think it was a good thing, because it's not like the franchise was dead before Disney bought Star Wars. It was just mostly like, you know, George Lucas he had already finished doing the prequels. We had the Clone Wars, the CG TV show that was going on at the time. So, but most of the media was just like you were getting the books, the comics, or video games. And then when Disney bought it, they decided that they were going to start. They were going to do the sequel trilogy, which was It is
You're
what it is.
not a fan.
I'm not a fan of the sequel trilogy.
Wait, the sequel trilogy meaning the most recent 3?
Yeah, 7, 8, and 9.
You're not a fan of any of them?
I don't mind The Force Awakens, but I don't like The Last Jedi, and I don't like The Rise of Skywalker.
And
it's
that's
not
pretty universtal, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, because you have fans that will fucking die on the hill that The Last Jedi was like the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. No, the fuck it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's Empire Strikes Back. Sit the fuck down.
Thank
You
you.
don't know what you're talking about. But it's also too like a lot of fans have that kind of mentality too, is because the director for The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson, his mindset is, I don't like making movies that everybody likes. I like when I make a movie, half of the people come out loving it and half of the people come out fucking hating it. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine when you're doing it with your own movie, but don't do it with a fucking established franchise.
Exactly.
But like my main thing that I don't care for the sequels is that obviously it wasn't like the 3 movies weren't planned out like sequentially. They weren't like, they didn't have an overarching story that was going to connect over 3 movies. And not only that, it's just it's the Resistance versus the First Order. Okay, we've already seen that in the original trilogy. It was the Rebellion versus the Empire.
Yeah.
Like it's you're literally rehashing old ground. Like, just do something new. Do something new.
And then even with kind of what you talked about before, it's like they didn't really flow together.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing that bugged me the most, that it was like really hard to like unknow or even unsee, was from 8 to 9. They had that moment where it was like was it Snoke, right?
Mm-hmm. Snoke, yeah.
Snoke, where it was like, oh damn, like, who's this Snoke? I really want to know. And then it was just like Palpatine, like, I created Snoke, or it was like whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And it was like, so, but wait, what? Like,
and it was just like, and then also too, so like J.J. Abrams, because he did The Force Awakens and he did Rise of Skywalker. So originally he wasn't supposed to do Rise of Skywalker. He what's his name? Colin Trevorrow was supposed to do it. The guy who did the Jurassic World movies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And actually, the reason why he got fired was because he kept getting into it with Kathleen Kennedy, who's one of the heads at Disney, and Rian Johnson, because Rian Johnson kills Luke. Spoiler for anyone who hasn't watched it. Luke Skywalker dies in The Last Jedi. Mm-hmm. And Colin Trevorrow's whole story, he's like, no, I need Luke alive for the story. And Rian Johnson didn't want to budge, and Kathleen Kennedy was backing him, and then there was more butting heads, and so he ended up leaving.
I didn't feel he didn't have the worst death though. I thought his death was
his death wasn't bad, but it was just like,
was it necessary?
Yeah. If anything, it kind of just did nothing. I feel like it felt like they killed someone off just to kill someone off.
Yeah.
They were like, well, this is one of the we gotta kill one of these people off. Fuck it, Luke it is.
Yeah, Luke it is.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like. And if someone if someone talks to me and they're like, oh, I like the sequels, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking bash them for it. Like, if I have friends of mine that are in the Star Wars community that they like the sequels. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. If you like it, that's fine. I don't.
If you like it, I love it.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't resonate with me. But Star Wars is Star Wars. If you like it, you like it. Go right ahead.
What are your thoughts on the prequels then?
I like the prequels.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Those are amazing. Yeah,
I like the prequels. I grew up on them.
This is my only issue with the modern, the prequels and the remakes. Well, not the remakes, but the retouching.
Yeah,
I would say, of episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, you're talking about the special editions.
Yeah. That now are canon because basically whenever they reprint the old movies, that's the ones that they print out.
Yep.
You can't find the original movie is so hard to find now.
Like Han Solo shooting first.
Yes,
like that.
that's my big thing. That's my big thing. Han Solo shot first, and then George Lucas is. I don't know why. Because I think what people resonated with, and then this is me, I get passionate about this, and I'm not even like a Star Wars fan like that. I'm legit not like a hardcore, like, oh my God, like, no, like, I'm just a fan of the franchise. But what pisses me off is that George Lucas did so much was like, oh, I should have fixed. This was wrong. Let me go back and fix it. Like, no, you fucked up already. Like, what you already established the canon, and then you're going back and you're changing it. You can't do that.
So I grew up on.
Well, you can do that, but it's wrong.
I'm obviously a kid that grew up on the original trilogy, and like when the special editions were coming out, I was in elementary school, like 4th grade, 5th grade, something like that. So like I was excited to see it, and like even as a kid, like specifically that one scene, I remember being like, that's why the fuck did they change that?
Yeah.
But like I never had an issue with anything else other than that one scene. But like I remember
it also just looks janky.
Yeah, well, because they had to. Because in order for it to work, what they literally had to do was they had to do some like editing shit where to make Greedo shoot first and not make Greedo look like an idiot and miss Han at point blank range, you literally see his head do this like janky jerk to the side.
Like
it's
Jedi almost.
Unnatural.
Yeah.
Like it's unnatural. And so for it to work. And even now, if you stream it on
Disney Plus.
If you stream it on Disney Plus, thank you. It's still, I think they fixed it a little bit so it looks a little more natural, but it's still like
weird.
So it's still so quick.
What do you guys think about the Vader scream?
What?
Because I know they changed it. So there's a
no.
There's a part in Return of the Jedi where Palpatine is like electrifying Luke. And in the original one, like Vader doesn't say anything, but at a certain point after seeing it, just grabs Palpatine and throws him and kills him. But in the remastered or like re-edited edition, he has a moment where he's like, no, and then he does it. I don't know. It wasn't. I know people that fucking hated it. I thought it was kind of. But the same
it's like
shit,
if it wasn't there the first time, why did you need to add to that? Like, I would understand if the scene ended like that and like it went black or something, but no, like. Vader kills Palpatine. Like, he obviously had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need to add the no. Like, you didn't need to add that. Like,
it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like,
but then going back to the Han Solo shot first, I think
I love
George
that you're
Lucas,
so passionate about this.
Yeah.
I think George Lucas is trying to establish that Han Solo was a good guy from the get go.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He was a piece of shit. And he became, and I'm not gonna say like
I'm not gonna say he wasn't. I don't see him as a piece of shit.
He
but
basically
it's like
he had a gray side to him. You know what I'm saying?
He was a sketchy.
He wasn't like a hero.
Yeah.
And it's like he became a hero. And I think the fact that he had the sketchy beginnings, that's what made it more of like, oh damn, like that was a good.
He was a reluctant hero, is what it was. Like he was just out in the galaxy trying to make money. He wasn't trying to be a fucking hero for the rebellion.
And in the beginning, like they want to be like, oh, he was honorable from the get go. No, the fuck he wasn't.
No.
He was a fucking sketchy ass dude. He would have fucking sold Chewbacca for like 500 credits. Let's be honest.
No, he wasn't going to sell
more than 500 credits.
He wasn't going to sell.
He would have given me a night with him. I'm just saying.
He shot Greedo first because if he didn't, Greedo was going to shoot first and was going to fucking kill him. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, George Lucas, you're a piece of shit.
So Lucas is just like, and I mean, I get it to an extent, like why Lucas did that. Not that I necessarily agree with it. Like I've worked on stories before. I'm not a professional writer or anything like that, but like I've worked on stories and I've finished it, and then I'll come back to it later, and I'm like, you know what, this one part doesn't make sense to me, and I'll go in there and I'll edit it. But it's like I'm not a professional. I'm not like doing this for anyone else. I'm doing it mainly for me.
And then now that you mentioned that Jedis aren't forbidden to have sex.
Yeah, no, it's just attachments that are forbidden.
Wait, is that established in the movie?
It's not established in the movies, but it's just the way that the Jedi Code is written. So like,
it's basically like a loophole.
It's a loophole. It really is. It's a loophole.
And I want Yoda to loop around my hole.
Well, because canonically, I don't know how well you guys know the characters. I'm going to sound really geeky when I get into this. So there's a character that's in the prequel movies that's on the Jedi High Council, Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Oh, he's my favorite.
He's the dude with the big ass
cone
fucking
head,
forehead.
Okay.
Yeah, the cone head, right? So I don't know if this is there's two different established canons. There's the Legends canon, so it was everything before Disney bought stuff, and then there's the canon now, the Disney canon.
I love that they my bad. I love that they kept Revan.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Revan is canon. Is canon technically in the Disney canon.
Oh yeah. Anyways, but anyway.
So I don't know if this is Legends canon or if this is Disney canon, but I know that even with the whole attachments are forbidden shit, Kiadi Mundi had a wife and had children because his species, like his race, they were endangered and they were actually going in extinct. So the council made an exception for him. Yeah,
my man. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I'm over here like fucking protesting, like, hey, my species is pretty. I don't see a whole lot of humans around here.
Fuck you talking about? There's humans everywhere.
Right.
Just throw a stone.
That's subjective.
Yeah.
What is a lot? Okay.
There's humans and then there's near humans. You got to be specific.
Right.
Oh God.
Not according to our government.
No, so there's there's races in Star Wars. So like you have actual humans that are in Star Wars, but then you have species that are classified as near human. So like would
Wookiees be?
No, Wookiees wouldn't be. So like do you know who Asajj Ventress is?
Yes.
Okay, so Asajj Ventress is a Dathomiri Zabrak, which is different from Hydronian Zabrak. She's a Dathomiri Zabrak. They're technically near human because if you look at Ventress, she looks human. But if you look at she looks human. She's just got paler skin
and shaved a head, right?
Yeah, and shaved head.
Wait a minute, does she grow hair or no?
She grows hair.
Okay.
She can grow hair.
Sick.
But
we all know
pubic hair.
I know
That's where this is going.
that's where Andy went.
There you go.
Yasmin gave me a look, but Andy went there first.
But
I'm just asking the question everyone wanted to answer.
But the males of her species still look human too, but they got horns. Darth Maul is a Dathomiri Zabrak too. So
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I would fuck Darth Maul. I'm just saying.
With his little cartilage piercing.
Oh my God.
Slaying.
Yeah.
I would let him force choke me. I'm just saying.
He never did a force choke, not that I can remember. I mean,
he would learn.
He would have to learn for me.
It's funny too because like their society is matriarchal, so like the women are in charge and everything. And so like I remember if you watch the Clone Wars series, there's a couple episodes where they actually go to Dathomir and they show that. And there's a meme where it's a screenshot from one of the Dathomir episodes, and it's like they literally have a planet in Star Wars that is ruled by goth dommy mommies, and we keep fucking going back to Tatooine.
Fucking sand.
Right.
That's where I'm trying to live.
Right.
They should make a movie about that planet.
Right.
I would watch that.
No, and then what I like about that is that the guy that played Darth Maul, he had a piercing in,
yes,
and they never took it out, and so now that's part of his like canon. Like now that's part of it.
Well, I think didn't they like? They noticed it after they already started
and then,
shooting.
So they were
like, well, it's too late.
Yep, it's too late now.
So I think it's cool. Like that became part of.
He just has a cunty little ear piercing, and I love that.
What's the guy that played him? He also played Toad.
Is that really the same actor?
Ray Parker or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, actually, so fun fact: he wasn't actually the original actor for Maul.
Really?
Oh, why did they replace him?
There was a no. So he was the stunt double for Maul in the original in Phantom Menace. Yeah. I can't remember the other actor's name, but he's like you would know him if you've seen him because he's been in a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
So like he was in the scenes where Maul was talking, but anytime Maul was fighting, it was Ray Park. But when they edited everything, they cut out like almost all of Maul's dialogue.
That's
so
crazy.
like he only has like 2 or 3 lines in the actual movie.
Yeah, it's just the part.
I want to get your opinion on this, Chris, because you're way more into it than me. I thought the midichlorians are bullshit. What's your opinion on this?
Midichlorians, midichlorians was just a way for George Lucas to insert science into Star Wars.
When it shouldn't have been that at all.
It doesn't really need to. Because Star Wars is... Okay, so since we were talking about Star Trek earlier, Star Trek is science fiction. Star Wars is science fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need science. You don't need actual science in fantasy. Like, it's like...
Yeah.
You have magic. You don't need to fucking explain magic because when you explain magic, it's not magic. It's science.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because I just feel like because they were trying to, the midichlorians are like bacteria or something, right?
It's like they're like living organisms that are inside of everything.
And I just feel like, what if I don't know? Because people get infections and stuff. I don't know if that happens in the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
But then what if you take some medicine and it's killing everything? It's
it's going to desensitize your.
And it's like, do you think so? Now
you could do that.
I'm just wondering how does.
But it was kind of a cool angle though, because I don't know if this is canon or not. You could let me know. So I know that at a certain point they injected General Grievous with the blood from Sifo Dyas. Is that canon or is that non-canon?
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Or
I don't think
yeah.
I remember ever. I don't think I remember ever reading that.
Yeah, there was something to do with that, where like General Grievous was like dying or something like that, or when he died, when they remade him again. Yeah, they wanted
they might have.
Yeah, like a Jedi with like high midichlorian count, so they like put fucking blood in him.
So then also too, what you were talking about, like taking a medication that like might desensitize you to the Force. So there was a comic book that it's a Legends comic now. The comic book was called Star Wars Legacy, and it took place like 130 years after Return of the Jedi, and so it was a new like galactic civil war again. But it was the Empire took over the galaxy again. But the Civil War was like you had the Empire that was following the Sith and the Empire that was following the Emperor. The Emperor wasn't actually a Sith Lord. But the main one of the main characters in the comic was like Luke's great grandson, Cade, and he wanted to distance himself from like the Jedi and everything like that. So he literally became a bounty hunter and was a fucking drug addict, and he was specifically taking that drug to desensitize him from the Force.
Interesting.
Damn, he was smoking death sticks or what?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't know.
You want to buy some death
I don't know
sticks?
if it was death sticks exactly, but there was some sort of drug he was taking.
I think in the main movies that's the only reference of drugs, right?
Yeah,
unless
pretty
they ever
much.
mentioned spice, because I know spice was like a thing.
So what's weird too is there's this offhand line in Revenge of the Sith where like, oh, this is like where Anakin says to Obi-Wan, he's like this is the 9th time I've saved your ass, and Obi-Wan's like, oh, eight, like that business on Cato Nemoidia doesn't count. So like it's weird because that specific line is a reference to a Legends book. So, but the line is canon because the movie is canon, so it doesn't make sense. But in the Legends book, I guess like they were on a mission on Cato Nemoidia or whatever, and Kenobi got exposed to like some fucking plant that like sprayed like a powder in his face or something. I don't remember what exactly, but it basically got him high. So he was, so Anakin had to look after him the whole fucking mission because he was too stoned to do anything.
Love that.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I didn't know they got down like that.
Right.
Damn.
Do you think like in fucking in that galaxy there's like some fucking drugs that like has no like repercussions? You just take it and it's like it's like weed or something like that. It doesn't do a whole lot.
I think all drugs have some sort of repercussion, but I'm sure that there's something that the like there's like a Star Wars equivalent to like Solvia or something like that, or what the fuck is it? Whippets, like supplements,
They're doing poppers in the Star Wars.
Right? No, because I had this moment. And
that's all we need.
It's part of like I was watching Total Recall, the remake.
Yeah.
And it makes me question like if they had Total Recall, would you try it out? Like I don't know because
I would.
Yeah, but then there's that part where like he didn't want him to take it, or his friend didn't, and he's like, I don't know if you want to do it because like it's easy to get lost in that. But like I imagine that being true. Like if you went in a Total Recall machine and you could just fantasize and
do whatever the fuck you wanted,
anything,
why would you want to live in your life?
That's
what
kind of like because I'm kind of like I'm kind of a Tom Cruise right now where I'm like
here you go.
I'm like I'm not a big fan of like fucking like certain medications and stuff like that. No, I'm not saying all. I think there's a time and a place.
He's in his almond mom era.
Right.
Yep.
Is he just say you don't want to get rid of your chlamydia and go?
I'm not really for vaccinations.
Right.
No. I think there's a time and place for everything. And then like, obviously there's like there's been a lot of fucking breakthroughs in like medicine and shit like that. But just generally speaking, I think it's a last resort kind of a thing anyways. But I don't but if I think about like living that fucking thing, like but what would you want to do? I don't know. I can't. Like, I don't know what I would want to do to be like right now that I'm not already doing some version of it, I guess. I don't know.
You're living your dream life right now, basically, is what you're saying?
I honestly, there's not a whole lot. Like, I'm a simple fucking guy.
You
like,
wouldn't want to go on vacation? Like, if I had the money, I would be out of this country on a Greek beach getting massaged by some fucking, some tan god. Like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but like, how long would you do that for? I don't know.
Forever?
Until I came. Yeah.
Like right now, like I
in
do
buckets.
Yeah,
Right.
like, I do want to go to Japan. I do want to go to Ireland, but
Let's go.
But I'm not like I fucking want that so bad. Like I need to jump in a fucking machine to do it. Like I'm just kind of like, all right, I'll just do a couple extra hours, whatever the fuck it is, make a couple more bucks. Like, but I'm not like I need to jump in like
nowadays in Ireland, I'm down.
Damn. However, wait a minute, my bad. I would jump into like Star Wars universe and like be a fucking Jedi or something like that. Never mind. I contradicted myself. I'm sorry.
It would have to be something that's not necessarily like you could do in this current reality.
Yeah. Like I would go to fucking I would go to Hogwarts or fucking
Oh God.
What houses are we? Do we all have our houses here?
Yes, but we're not going to talk about that because we don't support J.K. Rowling. Next topic.
Period.
Yeah.
I also don't know enough about Harry Potter, so.
What? Oh, okay. Damn it.
That's such a Ravenclaw.
Slytherin, by the way.
No,
Harry Potter is witchcraft, so.
Right, and this is a Christian household.
I wasn't allowed
this is
to
a
watch
Christian
that.
household.
Exactly.
Of course.
There's two parts, so naturally I watched it.
But yeah, I jump in the machine and see what Yoda was all about.
Wouldn't you want to be in that? You remember that Dave Chappelle sketch where it was like, "Get down to you"? Yeah, it was like the Jedi, but instead of like fucking,
It was based their sex scandal.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
Yeah.
Chappelle.
So are we done with Star Wars? What other Star Wars? Because
I feel like
do you have any questions about Star Wars?
I have a lot of questions about Star Wars.
Like
I
what?
guess.
Like
I mean,
what?
I don't know if I have any specific ones. I don't know if I know enough about Star Wars to even ask
But
questions.
you're here with an expert. So.
I know. I feel like I should have been better.
I know
prepared.
a lot. I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
Compared to us, you are.
You knew the species and all that. That's
Right.
solid.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rogue One?
Rogue One
Did you like
is
that
the
one?
best Disney Star Wars movie.
Okay.
Rogue One's really good.
It was
I
under
actually
Disney? Oh,
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And I actually really like Solo too. I feel like Solo came out at a bad time. It wasn't because of franchise fatigue like Disney likes to claim. It came out because it was the first movie that came out after The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi got a lot of shit, and Disney was basically like doubling down and saying, "Oh, well, if you didn't like the movie, you're sexist. You're
this and third, yeah,
misogynist or this and that." And it's like, oh, okay, well, fine then. Like, if I'm telling you I have a legitimate complaint about the movie and you're just going to let me in with these other dipshits that are complaining about strong female characters that are in the movie, then fuck you. I'm not going to go see this other movie too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think Solo didn't do that good personally.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
Who's your all-time favorite Star Wars character then?
Oh. Do you have a top three? A top three or a top five?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My number one is Yoda.
Is it really?
No.
I feel like you keep bringing it back to Yoda.
Because I want to fuck Yoda.
like-
I feel like Yoda has been around. How old is he? Like 300 and something years. How old is he when he died?
When he died, he's like 900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think 900 years he knows how to give a fucking forced prostate exam? He'll wiggle that little force finger. He'll wiggle that little finger in there, and you're shooting buckets.
Dude, he could like wiggle his pinky.
Right.
And
literally. And I'm the psycho because I want fucking Yoda to fucking hold me in the air. Come on.
You want those little like 3 claws right against it? Yeah.
Yes. Tight you are.
You're not tight, Eddie. That's the real fantasy here.
Damn you, Izzy. I need to get into that machine.
let it happen. Be still, you will.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
What the fuck was the question?
Your top 5. If
Top
you have a
five.
top 5 Star Wars
Shit,
characters.
I don't know.
have a better.
Because I feel like the universe is so big, it's hard.
Yeah.
I have a better question. Would you fuck a female Wookiee?
No.
Don't they just look like male Wookiees, but they're
Yeah.
just women?
Really?
They just have.
Yeah.
Do they
just
look
have,
different?
and I think they have. They actually have a little bit of breast. But
I mean,
how about a Twi'lek? Oh, I feel like you'd go
Twi'lek?
downtown.
I'd fuck a Twi'lek.
Yeah.
Which ones are those again?
The ones with the two. They have the 2 big braids on them.
Oh,
They
okay.
look like
their horns are hanging down or whatever.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're what are they called actually? They're called leku. It's like it's basically like a skin appendage that comes off their head.
And he says he's not an expert. I love this.
I know.
Dude, in the fucking was it God damn it! What's the newest series from Star Wars?
Well, the one that's going on right now is Bad Batch. So there's Bad Batch that's going on right now. Acolyte's coming out soon. I'm not sure when exactly.
That's going to be animated, right?
No, that one's live action.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's really good.
Acolyte looks really good.
What do you think of Star Wars Visions?
Star Wars Visions is really... I still need to watch the second season, but I really loved first season.
So for the people that don't know, basically Star Wars Vision was they gave different directors like basically make up your own story in the Star Wars universe. They could animate it however they wanted, and I really liked it because a lot of it moved away from like the regular Star Wars lore, and then the animation was fucking badass.
Well, so it's like actually like it's like Star Wars, but it's not necessarily the same universe. It's like different universes. Yeah. So like the very first episode, that one where it's the dude that's the samurai.
Yeah.
But, like,
okay, that was badass.
When he pulls the sword out, it's actually a lightsaber.
And then
dude,
my favorite one was, I think my second favorite one was Toby, or which one? When it was like the animation reminded me of Astro Boy.
Oh yeah, I know
that
which one
one
you're talking
really
about.
cute. I like
that one was cool.
Yeah, I feel really weird about like fucking animated Star Wars. I don't know. I feel because like even I always hear I've never seen it. The Clone Wars, and I feel bad because every Star Wars fan I know that watches the Clone Wars.
That was a good series.
Yeah.
Clone Wars is really good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the first two seasons are a little rough to get through.
Really, okay.
The first two seasons are kind of rough. I feel like where the show actually really starts to get good and is less rough to get through is I can't remember if it's in season 2 or season 3, where there's a point in the story where Palpatine calls Dooku and he's talking to Dooku about Ventress. He's like, "Yeah, your apprentice is getting a little too powerful. You need to fucking kill her." It's like, "Oh, okay." So then he like shoots down her starfighter, but she survives, and then that's when she makes her way back to Dathomir.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
because Anakin kills her, right?
No. So she is still alive.
Oh.
So like they basically just revealed that she's still alive in Bad Batch, the show that's going on right
so
now.
everyone assumed that she was dead, and then they just
so there was a book, Dark Disciple, that came out where she died in the novel, right? But the thing with like I said, I wasn't an expert. I just know a lot. But but the thing is with the Dathomiri is so you have the Force, but the Dathomiri specifically, the Night Sisters of Dathomir, they're not necessarily Force sensitive, but they are into alchemy. So there is actual magic in Star Wars other than the Force, and it is a very common practice that the Night Sisters will, like, if one of them dies on a mission, they can do alchemy and bring that sister back to life. So
interesting.
That's cool as fuck. I didn't know that
Right.
existed in the Star Wars universe.
Like it,
I
like
was
in
just
like
to
in
make fucking drugs or something like that.
So like in Legends 2, it was the same thing with the Sith. Like the Sith used the dark side of the Force, but also the ancient Sith, fucking thousands of years before the movies, they also had Sith alchemy. There was like they had actual magic that they also like incorporated into the Force. Also,
they need. I
That's
think
pretty
that they need to start. I feel like it'd be interesting to see how it all started. How the first Jedi's, how now they're midichlorians.
Yeah,
how they all discovered all that, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like instead of just sticking to the regular, okay, Luke, we get it. You're the fucking best Jedi in the world. Okay.
Yeah, that was because I thought they were supposed to release like something that was like Yoda when he was younger, like
oh god,
when he first dealt with the
so
Sith.
There's no, because they haven't. So what am I trying to say here? So Yoda being younger, I think what you're talking about is so they have a couple of novels that that take place in the High Republic era. And the High Republic era takes place 200 years before the prequels, I believe, or either before the prequels or before the original trilogy. But either way, like the difference between the prequels and the original trilogy is like a 20-year time gap. So, just about. So the High Republic books take place like 200-ish years before the prequels. So Yoda is alive at that time, and he's younger, but he would be like 600.
Gotcha. Well, I guess like the last time the Sith were around before Palpatine.
So the last time the Sith were around, so they were in hiding for for 1,000 years
before the hiding. Okay,
so that's why they even.
Oh, so it would have been too.
So
before
they
that.
so like they say that in Phantom Menace, like, oh yeah, the Sith haven't been around for 1,000 years.
A millennia, right?
Yeah, a millennia, for 1,000 years. And so like in Legends, what that was there was a war between the Republic and the Sith again, and there was this battle. It was the Battle of Rusan, where because you had. So before the Rule of Two, there was an actual
rule of two.
The Rule of Two is the Master and the Apprentice. Never more, never less.
Yeah, there can only be two Sith. Yeah,
there can only be two Sith at a time. And so, but where the Sith were always getting in trouble is they always wanted more power. So that you had different you had different versions of a Sith empire where they would have more than two Sith lords. But the problem with that is that with the way the dark side works, everyone is always power hungry. So there's always fucking and fighting. They're always killing each other. So the last time that there was an actual like Sith empire and they were fighting the Republic, one of the Sith lords, Darth Bane, went, "This is fucking stupid. We keep fighting each other." So the war was about to end. They're on this planet Rusan, and he went, "Okay, all right, I'm just gonna set off this bomb that's gonna kill fucking everybody on the planet, but I'm gonna get away and I'm gonna start this Rule of Two."
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so speaking of, I want to bring this back up. Oh, sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. So Yoda and Palpatine were in the same room. Mm-hmm. Do you think?
Oh, no, I thought it was going to be something sexual.
No. We'll get that afterwards. Do you think that it was that Yoda that basically the Jedi Council didn't notice anything was going on or anything was wrong with Palpatine because he was that strong, or was it because they were so focused on other things that they didn't even notice? They literally had one of the most powerful Sith in their presence, and they could not. I feel like you wouldn't even get. Wouldn't you even get a little trickle of it? You know?
Wait, hold on. But Darth Sidious is like one of the strongest Sith Lords of all time, right?
He's one of the strongest.
Yes. Let the gay flow through you.
It'd be like it's like Force gayness, like you just fucking like make somebody.
I'm gonna hold you down, Master Yoda, and have my way with you.
Your gag reflex just goes away.
No, but like there's like comments
because that's what blows my mind. It's like he's right there in the room with you. Qui-Gon Jinn, they were escorting him.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did no one even get like a little I felt an evil presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, was he that powerful?
So
or was
like,
it just...
so supposedly the dark side of the Force was like rising at that time and was kind of clouding their judgment, and that's why they didn't really sense it from him.
So they're sensing it from everywhere.
Yeah. So it was like clouding their vision.
Because that's what like threw me off. It's like he was literally in your guys' presence, and you guys didn't know that he was doing all this shit behind you guys' back.
But they do say that the Jedi around that time were like really ignorant to it, so it's kind of like
so like the Jedi of the prequel era were like not necessarily. It's not necessarily that they were ignorant. So the thing with the Jedi is that the Jedi are supposed to be guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to serve the citizens of the galaxy. Just. Period.
And
the
they're
end,
out
right?
fucking me behind a bar in Tatooine.
So
while smoking death sticks.
So while like basically by the events of the prequels, the Jedi had become more preoccupied with the politics of the Republic and serving the Republic as opposed to serving the people of the galaxy. And that was where the whole separatist movement came from in the prequels. It's like, no, like the Republic is corrupt and the Jedi are with the Republic. They're corrupt too. We're going to get rid of them. But it was a whole fucking proxy war that Palpatine planned anyway. So that he was going to
come out on top no matter what.
Yeah, he was going to come out on top no matter what.
Yeah.
But he had it planned out that like the separatists were going to lose and the Republic was going to win, but he was going to restructure the Republic so that he was going to be in charge.
And that whole thing with the clones, that was crazy.
Yeah.
If there's something that was what's the ninth one? Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi? Last Jedi, right?
No, the Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. If there's something that I really did like about it, and there's a lot of things I hated about it, was that like they showed how powerful Palpatine was. It has that scene where he's like fucking like pretty much like electrifying the entire fleet and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that was fucking dope.
Dude,
like,
that was
like,
that was sick.
Yeah, because you don't really think about like, because I watch a lot of fucking YouTube videos, as I told you guys, and then I like a lot of like top 10 fucking movies to watch in the dark.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll show like
all the Watch Mojo type videos.
I love those.
Have
right?
you seen the top 10 horniest Star Wars characters? If it's not on there, I'm about to make it.
I know we make it, but one of them was like,
I do.
like top 10 fucking most powerful Sith Lords of all time, and Palpatine was like number 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I rember when I watched that, I was like, fuck, is he that strong? But in the last one, it was like, oh, he is that strong. Yeah, sick. No, fucking, yeah, Star Wars is sick. I can't wait to see all the fucking shit they got coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch the Clone Wars. I have to, because
Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, I'm a relatively big Star Wars fan, but Chris, damn, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
right?
That's what I'm saying. I bowed down to Chris.
I know, I'm like, man, yeah.
And I literally want to go, like, I'm telling you, I'm not even that big of a Star Wars fan. I want to go to Italy just so I can go to that where, the scene where they filmed,
In Attack of the Clones?
where they
filmed
Padme and Anakin.
Oh, when they're
It's a beautiful.
when they're in like the field.
No, they're like on the side of a lake. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I gotta appreciate about Star Wars too is like a lot of the main characters in Star Wars that are women, scorching. Yeah,
Here we
Comes
go.
down to
It
this
always
for
comes
him.
down to that.
fucking
Literally.
Princess Leia.
How about
fucking,
Yodette?
Who?
There's a female Yoda.
Yes.
Yaddle.
And she has Yaddle. There we go.
That's her name.
Yaddle. And she has a cunty red wig.
How fucking lazy, first of all.
Wait, what
Yoda
what
and
one is
Yaddle.
she in?
She's in Phantom Menace.
But she's like a background character, right?
Yeah, she's one of the members of the Jedi
But
Council.
she has a little swoop, a little red
Yeah.
wig, and she's so cute.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was also in her in Tales of the Jedi, right?
Yeah, she was in Tales of the Jedi.
Okay, cool.
That
she was cool.
Yeah, Dooku kills her in that.
I really
Spoiler.
like that series.
Oh yeah.
do you think that Jabba the Hutt took advantage of Princess Leia in the build up to that?
So
I just feel like how do the Hutts even have what's their, you know?
Yeah, that outfit was a little too sexy.
yeah, so like
Or was it just like a power thing? Because he knows that other people would be like, I have a princess in power, you know?
I think with Disney canon, it's more of a power thing where like the Hutts kind of see humanoids as like oh like I can
things,
do what I want with
yeah.
you. Like they look at us kind of like dogs,
Yeah.
almost. Oh, like go fetch this, go fetch that. But I think in Legends, like it was a little more sexual for his motivations.
So he'd be like licking her around, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh god,
Yeah.
why am I getting a boner?
Yeah.
Stop.
No, even watching that as a kid, I was like, God damn! Like there's something to this whole fucking Star Wars
Right.
universe. Right now. I would like to see more.
Do you think the death of Carrie Fisher changed the movies around? Because I feel like she was going to play a bigger character.
A little bit. She was supposed to have a bigger role in the Rise of Skywalker, but since she passed,
yeah,
she passed away after they'd finished filming The Last Jedi. So what they ended up doing was they ended up cutting some of her scenes from that movie specifically to add into Rise of Skywalker, so that she would still be in the movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then her mom died the day after. How sad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But her mom loved her to death. So literally.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
rest in peace, and rest in peace, Debbie Reynolds,
Yeah.
Damn.
the grandma from Halloween Town.
Iconic.
Right.
Oh,
Truly.
really?
Very iconic.
That,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
little
that's
bitch, Marnie.
Damn. Okay, that brings us. I mean,
Not the Halloween Town
we still-
slander again.
No, actually, I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
so we still want to. I think
What
we're
was his
good to
name?
transition, right? We're good for. Yeah.
Wait, you
Well-
never said your top 5 Star Wars
Or
characters.
I think it's
Oh,
too
yeah,
hard
yeah,
for
yeah.
him.
Unless-
I mean,
Do you, have,
if-
do you have at least a handful that
So,
you're
like,
I
if
fuck
I-
with?
Give us the one.
Because
Let's go the one.
honestly, you totally made me bring her back. Asajj Ventress was a fucking badass.
Oh, yeah, she was. Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
So like,
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna go off the top of my head, so like just top 5 spitballing, it'd be Luke, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka, and Padme.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
That just spitballing here.
Wait,
like,
Padme because she's like scorching, or
because she's been pretty much.
People like female characters not just because of their looks.
Yeah,
right?
No. She's a strong, independent woman, and she's fucking hot. Yes.
And
thank you, Chris.
People mature differently at Tatooine.
I was like giving our senators. Maybe it's not so
right. Are you an angel? I'm about to be, bitch.
Bring that Nabooty over to me.
That booty, damn, nice. You're coming on again, Chris. this guy knows.
What do you think about Jar Jar?
Darth Jar Jar.
So, like, I've looked. Oh, you know what? This would be a great transition if we were going to talk about conspiracy theories, because that's a great Star Wars conspiracy theory. But like, so the evidence for it makes sense to me. That it does make sense that was what Lucas originally wanted to do, but then the backlash from the fans made him go, never mind, and basically created Count Dooku. So, for anyone that doesn't know. So there's a theory that you've seen episode 1, right?
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. Okay, so there's a theory that the Phantom Menace was supposed to be Jar Jar. Jar Jar was actually the other Sith Lord. Like
How interesting.
There's a lot of evidence.
There's a lot of evidence for it, and it's like specifically there's one point in the movie, the one thing that I remember, there's the scene where Qui-Gon's about to make the bet with Watto. Mm-hmm. And Padme is telling him, like, are you sure about this? The Queen wouldn't approve. And he's like, well, the Queen doesn't have to know. And she goes, well, I don't approve. So if you look at that scene specifically, you see Jar Jar in the background, and he's mouthing her lines. Now,
I need to watch it. I need to rewatch it then.
Now, you can catch things like that in other movies, and you can bring it down to like, oh, it's the actor like just trying to remember where their cue is, this and that. But Jar Jar is a CGI character, and they CGI'd him mouthing her lines. So why would they do that?
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to fuck Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah, that would have been really good, because I feel like he was I think he was really banking for the likability of Jar Jar, so he wanted to like shock everybody with like, this guy that you like, he's actually a Sith Lord, right? No. But it's like, well, none of us like him, so like,
and like another aspect of it too is like, so like a lot of the things that Jar Jar does in the movie, it just seems like he's clumsy, like he's just this idiot that's clumsy, and he's like, I'm gonna trip I'm gonna trip and fall, but I have this battle droid that's wrapped around my leg, and then when it hits the ground, it's going to fire and it's going to shoot that other battle droid there. That it's not actually him being clumsy; it's a Star Wars equivalent to the drunken master kung fu style. Yeah.
So everything he's doing is intentional.
Yeah. So everything that he's doing is intentional. That's the theory, anyway.
I just feel like if they would have kept the character the same, but not changed his voice around or not made him like, oh me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think the impact would have been way different.
Yeah.
You know, it's also crazy though too. Have you guys watched The Mandalorian?
Yep.
Okay, so do you remember? It was either in season 2 or season 3 when Grogu had the flashback to Order 66.
Yeah.
The Jedi that saved him.
Yeah.
That was the actor that played Jar Jar in the prequel trilogy.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Ahmad Best, something like that.
Yeah. Well, that was the one thing too, because they said he wasn't fully aware, but George Lucas did tell him that he was going to play a bigger part than what was originally planned. And even when they asked George Lucas, they're like, "Oh, if you were to change anything about it, like what would you change?" And he's like, "Well, I wanted Jar Jar to have a bigger part or something like that."
Yeah.
It's just so funny that Baby Yoda took over the internet for a while, and then he would just be those chicken nugget memes. And it's like these memes don't even make sense, but everyone likes it because he's cute.
I like him. What the fuck?
Of course.
No. Like they'd be like, "Oh, I want Chucky milk and chicken nuggets."
Yep.
They don't have those in Star Wars, sweetie. I want lore accurate memes. Okay. If they made a thing about he wants a jar of fucking blue milk, okay. That would have gone. That would have been okay.
I don't know if it's still on there, but at one point, because they're on StarWars.com, they have like their own little encyclopedia of like, you know, characters, creatures in the universe, and this and that. But at one point, there was a log entry for a page for ducks in Star Wars. So ducks are actually canonical creatures. Okay. So, you know, maybe they do have chickens.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Ducks. I like a lot of people don't like that, but I like the porgs.
Oh, the porgs.
Oh, they're cute.
Right? Yeah, a lot of people don't like those though. I like them.
Why?
They're all right. They're all right. I like the story behind the porgs more than.
What's the
than
story
I like
behind the porgs?
So where
You
they
remember
were
the porgs?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So
He has one on his desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
It's a little porg.
So the island that they were filming at for The Last Jedi, it was off the coast of Ireland or something like that, and it's like a sanctuary for puffins.
Because that's what they remind me of puffins.
Yeah, it's a sanctuary for puffins, and they were like they had got approval to film there, and then they were like, oh, we need to like get these like puffins out of our like shots and everything, and the government's like, no, they're a protected species. This is a sanctuary for them. You are not fucking moving them. So they literally created the porgs to CGI over puffins.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Because I was like, their coloring reminds me so much of puffins.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And like their body movements and
Right.
stuff.
Like I don't hate porgs, but I don't like care for them. But I like I said, I like the story more than I like them.
Well, I've heard that they're releasing in stores blue milk. Would you purchase it for May 4th?
No.
We'll be able to purchase that.
I mean, I might purchase it just to say that I have it, but I won't. I probably won't drink it because I don't really care for. I just personally don't care for milk.
Same here.
Yeah.
Unless it's man milk, straight from the tap.
I was gonna say mix it with like some Baileys or something. I don't know. That sounds pretty
God,
good, too.
grow up. Fucking alcoholic.
There you go.
You guys can't prove anything.
Right.
Okay?
There you go.
What are your opinions on Halloween Town?
Halloween Town.
What's your favorite Disney? What was your favorite Disney movie growing up? Like Disney Channel original movie.
Disney Channel original movie? Okay.
And if it's not, what's it called? What's the one when the guy turns into a mermaid?
The 13th year.
The 13th year.
13th year.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever
You're
watched that
homophobe.
one.
Oh.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
Yeah,
actually.
you hate gay people.
There's one thing we know for sure.
Or the look of the Irish
Oh,
with the same
yeah.
Luck of the
actor.
Irish. Honestly, I think
I want to look him up now. Like,
Wasn't he in he was in one of the Final Destination movies.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
He was in some random
I
stuff.
think you know what? Honestly, I think I liked what the fuck was it called?
Cadet Kelly, we were just talking
we
about
were talking about
earlier.
Cadet Kelly. No, you know what? What was it? I think it was Brink.
Oh, I
like that one.
love
Oh,
that
like
one.
roller skating one? Yeah.
You know what? It'd have to be a tie. It's either that one or Johnny Tsunami.
Those
Oh.
are
Remember
both
that
good.
one?
Those
Yeah,
both
yeah,
slap.
No. I think the only
harassing straight men. Yes.
Yes.
the only Disney movie I ever watched was Richie Rich. Was that a Disney
Was
movie?
that Disney? I don't think
No.
that
Oh, I
was.
thought it
Oh,
was.
No.
are you thinking
think
about
that was
Blank Check?
Blank Check.
No, I'm not about
Blank-
it.
and then-
I thought
and then-
Richie Rich was it. Whoops.
Which is
Uh,
another very problematic movie.
Yeah. Do you
yeah.
remember Blank Check?
Oh, is that the one
And
where
then
the girl kisses the...
Yeah,
Yes.
the 30-year-old lady
Yeah.
kisses a 9-year-old.
It was the
and
girl
it's like,
from Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and didn't
yeah.
you tell him like call me when you're older or
Yes.
something? You horny old bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She deserved jail time.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen April, May, Summer? Or I don't know.
Oh,
what
I want to see it, but no.
It's so good. It's basically a story based
It's
off
the
the
Mary-
Kay Letourneau
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so and then what's her name? Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
She
I got
is such a
another
good actress.
another heat.
Here we go. Well, I
Oh, shit.
think we had a good run.
Do you want to wrap things up?
It's up to you guys.
It might be getting about that time. I gotta get back to
Yeah,
my wife eventually.
right.
I do have a wife and
As long
kids.
as, I know he's been entertaining us for the last like 3 hours. But
I know I dig it.
it was no. Thank you for coming on. It was really.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks
thanks
for
Yeah,
having
we
me.
need to have
appreciate
you
it,
back
man.
again.
All right.
You're-
Definitely.
you're-
We'll get
yeah,
around to
definitely have you
talking
on.
to wrestling that time.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Next time we talk about wrestling,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
how
sick.
Goldust is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Paul Bear.
Paul Bear. All right, you guys. Chris, really, like you said, thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Definitely
was an
gonna invite
honor to
back
have
on
you.
Again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Looks like that's pretty much it. I have a couple more beers to finish, so sadly, I promise they will be finished though.
Sadly.
And I want to fuck Yoda.
All right, you guys. Till then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.